So let's go ahead and do it. Arc is becoming red. She is slowly transforming to red Arc. She's getting hungry. Wait, did I save? Oh, idiot. You press O after saving, I guess. There we go. Chapter 7, Metamorphosis. Yeah, she's getting hungry, man. Shiki's just living his best life. For the first time in ages, I wake up feeling rested and refreshed. I open my eyes and see my mind whirs awake. Plagued by none of the usual sluggishness, I reach for my glasses and put them on, restoring my vision to sanity.
驚いたな。今朝はめちゃくちゃ調子いいぞ。
Is this because I took it easy all day yesterday? Or did Professor Eric IV treatment really work? Whatever the case, I feel good. Really good. A little too good, if anything. Maybe I should actually be concerned. Someone knocks at the door. 10 or so seconds pass in silence and Hisue enters the room.
失礼します。
おはよう、翡翠。今朝もありがとう。
おはようございます、四季様。お目覚めになられていたのですね。
昨日はぐっすり眠ったから。着替えたらすぐに食堂に行くよ。お腹も減ってるし、琥珀さんに朝食はちょっと多めにしてほしいと伝えてもらえる？
かしこまりました。姉さんも喜ぶと思います。
Hisue bows and turns to leave the room, sensing that something seems different about her today. I call out to her.
翡翠、何かいいことでもあった？
四季様のお顔の色が大変よろしいので、お世話役としてこれに勝る喜びはありません。
She loves you, Shiki. You just don't know it. With that, Hisue leaves the room. As far as Hisue is concerned, saying things like that is probably just part of the job, but it still catches me off guard.
うん、それはどうも。
Mumbling to myself, I scratch the back of my burning neck with one hand.
いや、ゆだってる場合じゃない。せっかく体調がいいんだ。テキパキ着替えないと。
Excuse me. I take a deep breath, hop out of bed, and get ready for the day. Excuse me. Today's Monday. The start of the new week is here, and I'm eager to get going. Kohaku has prepared a traditional Japanese breakfast. White rice with miso soup. Hey, that's it! No protein! No egg, no meat. There's rice and miso soup. That's good as fuck. I like that shit. I like that. I used to eat white rice. Not with miso soup though. I'll do white rice and that's it, to be honest. That's only if I get lazy. I'm not gonna lie. White rice is fucking good, but I guess no but. Oh, there you go. Boiled spinach and squid with daikon. And for the main dish, damn dude, stewed shrimp and turnips. All light fare that's easy on the stomach. Ah, damn dude. Alright, never mind. 5-star restaurant, dude.
はい、どうぞ召し上がってくださいな。足りないようでしたら一品足しますので、
Why did she get so good at cooking? Was Kohaku ever a good cook? I don't remember. And they're OG. They aren't necessarily the fanciest dishes, but each one is suffused with an appetizing glow. I wonder if Kohaku is a classically trained chef.
いえ、これで十分すぎます。喜んでいただきます。
I bring my hands together in thanks and begin to eat. My chopsticks move quickly, like I'm making up for the past few days. I devour the side dishes and empty my bowl of rice before I even stop to lick my lips.
すみません。ろくに味わいもせず。おかわりいいですか？
もちろん。 簡単なのはいいことですもの。待っていてください。すぐにもう一品お出ししますから。
Gaku fills me with a second bowl of rice and heads back to the kitchen. I call out after her.
あ、それなら
何かリクエストがございます？
I almost blurt out my request, but I think better of it and close my mouth.
いえ、なんでもないです。琥珀さんにお任せします。
はい、お任せください。いざともなれば、秋葉様の分をちょっとだけ少なめにするのもやむなしです。
Oh god, no, don't do it.
それで後が怖いような。
Gaku disappears into the kitchen, evidently in a good mood. She seems pleased that I asked for seconds.
でも
Sorry, Gaku, but for some reason your breakfast isn't quite satisfying today. While I'm hungry and think her cooking is great, with each bite, my appetite wanes. It's just not what I feel like right now. I don't want elegant seasoning or subtle flavor. I want something heavy and greasy. Something raw, like awful. Something crude, messy, unrefined. Something pulsing with vitality. Damn, dude, this man wants human meat. He needs flesh. Alright, so with Roa dead, you know about the reincarnation, right? So I thank Hisue for seeing me off and leave the Tono mansion. It's 7:30. My long breakfast canceled out my early start, so I end up heading to school at the usual time. The first day of the week, the area around the station is bustling with people on their way to work or school. Things here don't seem to have changed one bit. The only blemish of normality is the department store entrance sealed off with a warning sign.
あのデパート。
I bet Ciel and Noel have quietly cleaned it up by now. A few short days ago, the department store concealed a vampire lair. But now, with Vlav dead and his catacomb destroyed, it's nothing more than an abandoned ruin.
そっか。本当に全部終わったんだ。
Ciel said that her goal was to eliminate Vlav, and that she'd leave town once that was accomplished, which means I won't see her ever again. Never again we will have lunch together in the classroom. Never again we will talk the day away together with Arihiko. Truth be told, there's still so much I want to do with her. The thought that she won't be at school makes me want to turn around and go home. But this mundane day-to-day existence is exactly what Ciel fought to protect. To despair at having to return to it would be disrespectful to her. Besides, I remember Ciel. She said she would erase my memories the next day, but she never did. Maybe she was being considerate of my feelings, or maybe she just wanted to save herself the hassle. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'll never see Ciel again, but I still have my memories of her. That's more than enough of a reward for helping her in that battle. The school gates are busiest in the 15 minutes before the homeroom. The walkway to school is swarming with students. Naturally, there's no unbelievably beautiful women sitting on the guardrail waiting for someone today.
ほんと。自分のことを吸血鬼だって繰り返してたけど、最後まで吸血鬼らしくなかったよな、あいつ。
I feel a broad grin spread across my face. Whenever I think of Arc, I can't help but smile. She was pure chaos from beginning to end. Whether she was laughing or fuming, she always wore her heart on her sleeve. She may have been terrifying at times, but she was a good person beneath it all. Although she caused me a lot of headaches, looking back, I feel lucky to have shared those brief few days with her. In any case, that's all in the past now. Soya is free of vampires. Arc and Ciel are gone. Where the fuck is Satsuki? Where is she? Is she still missing? And all that's left behind is the same ordinary life I always.
おや、おはようございます、遠野くん。
I'm never gonna forget that ass. Wait, we never saw her ass. I'm never gonna forget that, I don't know. that one-piece suit. Ciel was standing before me, looking every bit her usual self.
先輩なんでここに？
なんでと言われましても、私ここの学生ですし、この時間に登校しないと遅刻してしまいますよ。
いや、それはそうですけど、だってほら。
What happened to you? I'm leaving town once the vampire's been taken care of.
おお、そんな話もありましたね。あんな状況だったのにしっかり覚えているなんて、なかなかの記憶力と言わざるを得ません。先輩として鼻が高いです。と言いつつ、さりげなくメガネのズレを直す私の目でした。
The Megane effect. Ciel, Ciel really does push her glasses up, wearing a self-satisfied grin all the while. She's clearly toying with me.
あんな状況だから覚えてるんです。先輩が言ったことなんて一つも忘れてませんからね、俺。
Damn. Alright, Shiki. For a moment, I forgot where I'm in. Although I'm not sure why I'm so upset. It's shocking to see her, but it also makes me indescribably happy. The combination of emotion must have addled my brain.
とにかくどうしてここにいるんですか？全部終わったんだから先輩はいちゃいけないはずでしょ？
なんと、私はいてはいけない系の先輩だと？
そんなわけないでしょ。いてほしい系の先輩に決まってるじゃないですか。俺をバカにしてるんですか？
ふむ、この場合バカにされているのは私の方な気がしますが、果たしていていいのかいけないのか、どっちかに統一していただかないと。
いや、だから事件はもう解決したじゃないですか。
Oh, well done, she says with mock admiration. She even gives me a round of applause, as if she weren't being condescending enough already. Seeing that she isn't taking this seriously, my head finally clears. Sorry about that. Had a long day.
もういいです。どうせ俺なんて先輩の中じゃどうでもいい扱いなんだろうし、騒いですみませんでした。
ああ、いえ、そう言われるとごめんなさい、悪ふざけが過ぎました。遠野くんが予想以上に驚いてくれるからつい。
Ciel gives me one more silence I'm sorry for good measure. So she really was just teasing me this whole time.
まあ反省してくれるならいいです。それより説明してくれるんですよね。ここまで来て放置されるとか嫌ですから。
それはもちろん私にも立場というものがありますから。でも今は校舎に急ぎましょう。先輩として後輩の遅刻は看過できません。
Ciel sets off towards the school. I realize that no one else is at the school gates anymore. I must have lost track of time pressing Ciel for answers. Now there are only 3 minutes till homeroom. We're far from done here, but she's right. She's still flustered. I try to calm myself as I follow after her. Excuse me. 1 minute until homeroom. The hallway is devoid of students. It's silent but for the sound of our footsteps as we run to class. That and... Oh shit!
四季くん、おはよ
It's Noelle. Noelle is waiting on the landing, smiling.
う。ノエル先生。
She's surprised. It's Ciel's turn to be surprised. It's already had one big shock today, so I'm not particularly taken aback. If Ciel's still here, it only makes sense that Noelle would be too. Actually, that's a little strange. Why would Ciel be so surprised?
あれから体の具合はどう？怪我してない？体温とか、先生に測らせてくれるかな？
I like Noelle
ノエル先生。
more than Dr. Eric. I think Dr. Eric's like, she's alright. Whatever, right? Noelle, I kind of like her more. I don't know why. It might be because she's French. Just like Ciel, dude. It's the French girls, man. Something about French girls. Noelle wrapped her arms around mine and presses her body tightly against me. She's close. So close I can feel her breath tickling the back of my ear. Wait, is she biting me?
何をしてるんですか、ノエル先生。見ての通りスキンシップよ。いいじゃない。朝から個人的なアプローチ仕掛けても。
Okay.
ほら、昔から役割分担してるでしょ。説明役は私、現場はあなたって。今回もそうしましょう。っていうかこれ、早い者勝ちでしょ。右も左も分かってないウブな指揮君にいろいろ手ほどきするのは年上の役割だと思うな、先生。
Isn't Ciel older than Noelle? Noelle is 25, right? Isn't Ciel like close to either her 30s or 40s? What I remember.
バカな発言は控えてください。ここは学校です。あと遠野くん、もしやデレデレしていますか？
はい、いいえ、してません。
あら、あの時は心も体もぴったりくっついて二人でドキドキしちゃったのに。ま、こんな場所じゃ乗れないのも当然か。やっぱり内緒話は二人っきりがいいってことかな。
Yes. Noelle draws even closer to me. Ciel's smile widens of unmistakable intention of bodily harm. Just when it seems we're hurtling toward a catastrophe to make Vlog Rampage seems like child play, you are quite literally saved by the bell.
おっと、担任が遅刻しちゃダメよね。男の子はいいとして女子の皆さんに陰口叩かれるのはね。
Noelle lets go of me and bounds up the stairs like she's making an escape.
それじゃあまた後でね、しきくん。先生は一足お先に教室に行ってます。詳しい話は放課後、校舎裏で。
What? I'll tell you everything about what? Okay. Noelle vanishes in the direction of the second year classroom on the third floor. Meanwhile, Ciel sets out towards the third year classroom on the second floor.
待った先輩、話は。
失礼、私も欠席はちょっと。詳しい話は放課後、茶道室で。
Okay. Ciel runs down the hall, light on her feet even while flustered. So, basically, Noelle would be waiting for me behind the school tonight, and Ciel would be waiting for me in the ceremony room. The terrible crossroads I find myself at sends a shudder up my spine. No matter what I do, I suspect I'll be signing my own death warrant. Damn, dude. I want to see what happens if I go to Noelle. Alright. Morning classes end and lunchtime comes. Noelle didn't look my way once during homeroom class. In fact, she ignored me completely, as though telling me telepathically to save it for after school.
おーす、何日かぶりですかね、遠野くん。大方季節の変わり目で風邪でもひいた。おや、遠野の様子が。
Arihiko cocked his head quizzically. We've known each other for a long time. He must have sensed that I'm racking my brain over a single glance. Where should I go after school today?
いつも通りじゃんか。むしろ顔色いいじゃんか。体調不良で休んでたんじゃないのかよ。シエル先輩からそう聞いてたんですけど。
ああ、そっか。木曜はアリヒコがうちに電話してくれたんだっけ。いやー、その説はどうもいろいろと余分なことまでありがとう。
気にすんな、一つ貸しな。ところで君の妹さんね、声だけですげえ美人だとわかるのはどうかと思うよ。 もし黒髪ロングでおとなしくて儚さゆえに守りがいのあるタイプだったら何としても紹介してくれ。
何お前そういうステレオタイプの年下好きなの？
もち姉貴しかいない男子高校生にとって妹ってのはそれだけで最後のファンタズムですからね。
Okay.
そうか、そういうことなら今度うちに招待するからぜひ話し相手になってやってくれ。守りがいありすぎるからお前の好みストライクだぞ。
I watch impassively as he breaks into a grin. Children can't stay innocent forever. Someday they had to wake from that dream and face the real world. Anyway.
アリヒコ、これから昼食か？
ああ、当のはどうする？学食と購買どっちにするよ？
そうだな。
I feel like gorging myself today. Oh. Curry bread. No, wait a minute. Someone owe me lunch! It hits me like a bolt of lightning. I still haven't claimed my spoils of war. Admittedly, it's quite the ass, and presumptuous one at that. But a promise is a promise. Really, I just want a reason to see Ciel as quickly as possible.
悪いアリヒコ、戦略を思い出した。そっちは食堂でパスタでも食べていてくれ。
パスタ？パスタなんで？
Wait, why pasta? Isn't pasta Italian, not French? Okay. What's up, 7? We're on chapter... something. 7? Yeah, chapter 7. Right here. It says right there. I conveniently forget that our range... Oh, you missed it. I guess Roa died. So you know what comes next if you played the OG. Roa dies early. He needs to find a new host. I conveniently forget about our arrangement was to meet after school. I better hurry. There's no telling when the offer will expire. So this may be one chance to get my lunch from Ciel. After a quick stop at the school store, I arrive at the tea ceremony room. I knock on the door. There's a rustling sound inside as someone approaches.
はい、茶道部ですが、どなたでしょうか？
Ciel's voice drifts through the other side of the door.
遠野です。先輩、お昼ご飯一緒に食べましょう。
I try to sound as natural and confident as I can. No reply. Even with the door separating us, I feel the pressure of her silence.
先輩、お昼ご飯だってば。
放課後と言ったはずです。今日は遠野くんとは食べません。
What about the promise, man? I killed Vlav for you. Oh, technically she killed Vlav, but I helped. So that's the issue, huh? She's probably upset with me for coming to see her now instead of after school like she asked. Time to bring out the big guns.
カレーパンあるよ。
遠野くん、私が食べ物に釣られる人間だって思ってるんですか？
Yes. Ciel yells at me through the door. Damn, my plan seems to have backfired. Damn, dude, this game... So, I don't know if you guys know this. When I was playing Summer Pocket, the visual novel, and I did Umi route, and True Ending, and whatever, right? I made fried rice, chow han, for like a week or two. Like, I bought ingredients and just made fried rice. Like, I make big ass portions too. That would save me like for like 3 days worth of fried rice. And I'll eat it in 3 days. And I'll make another portion. Eat that and another portion. I've been eating fried rice for like a week or two. Because of reading Summer Pocket. Am I gonna have to buy ingredients to make curry? For Ciel? Because of the Ciel route? I'm thinking about it. I might do that. That doesn't sound bad, but I actually don't know how to make curry. I never made curry before. I know how to make fried rice because that's easy. I've been making fried rice like half my life. Curry! I never made curry before, so I might have to Google it if I am going to do that. But I feel like I want to do that now. That feels like a mission.
まあ
Just for you,
それはそ
senpai.
れでもらっておきますが。
Curry senpai. The door slides open with a rattle, and out comes Ciel.
考えてみたら遠野くんに八つ当たりをする言われはありませんでした。
Heh.
そもそもせっかく来ていただいたお客さんを追い返すのは失礼です。
Ah, I'm not exactly sure what she has to be angry about, but it seems she pardoned my intrusion.
つまりお昼を一緒に食べていい？
ええ、まあそう取ってもらって構いません。そんなに和室が好きなんでしたらどうぞ中に入ってください。
Dozo. She retreats into the tea ceremony room. Taking that as my cue, I follow after her. I like this song. It's a good song. Ciel is holding a sandwich. It's not homemade. It's a club sandwich from the school store.
あれ？先輩、お昼はそれだけ？
はい、今日はちょっと手持ちが少なくて一番安くて量の多いものを昨日予想外の出費があったもので。
Why did she... Is it because she, like, fuck up half the city? She clasps her hands together, her fingers fidgeting anxiously. Maybe they're itchy. Though I don't see a single scratch on her beautiful skin.
それより遠野くん、事前に断っておきますが吸血鬼の話は放課後になってからです。今はランチタイムですからそのことをきちんとわきまえるように。
Lunchtime.
分かってます。単に先輩とお昼が食べたかっただけですから、真面目な話はまた後でですね。
I sit down on the tatami and take out my lunch. There are 100 questions I'd like to ask, but I push them out of my mind for now. I'm just happy getting to spend my lunch with Ciel, even if we do nothing in particular.
おや、遠野くんも同じセットですね。
Hell yeah.
今日は他にカレーパンもつけましたよ。でも本当は違うものを期待していたんです。例えばお手製のお弁当とか。
Never forget.
そうですか。お手製の。遠野くんのお家ならそれぐらい作ってもらえるんじゃないですか？
そうですね。めちゃくちゃ料理の美味しい家政婦さんがいてくれますからお願いすれば用意してもらえるとは思います。でも大事なのは味ではなくてですね。
Love and
頑張った
care.
ご褒美にもらえる真心的なものが欲しかったんです。
I shoot her a meaningful look. She averts her gaze awkwardly. Looks like she got the hint.
それは遠野くんの一方的な要求に過ぎないというか強制力はあまりないというか別に実行できなくても問題にはならないというか。
ひどい。どうでもいい問題なので忘れていたわけですか？
いえ、忘れていたわけではなくむしろ制作にもう少し時間が必要で昨日一日ぐらいじゃ勘とか全然戻らなくて大事なのは味じゃないと言いますけどやっぱり一番大事なのは美味しいことだと思うんです。
Isn't she just gonna make curry? I never thought I'd see it, but Ciel seems truly flustered. Hold on. She said that she needs more time, but doesn't want to give me something that doesn't taste good. It's almost too good to be true, but that means...
先輩、本当に俺のお弁当を作ってくれたんですか？
はい、作れませんでしたけど期待に応えられなくて申し訳ありません。お弁当はもう少しお時間をいただくとして何か他にお返しできるものがあればいいんですけど。
Even the almighty Ciel has a weakness. Come to think of it, she does usually buy her lunch at the cafeteria or the school store. So another way she can repay me. The fact that she didn't forget about a promise is good enough for me, but... Ciel's shoulders slump dejectedly. Seeing her look so defeated is almost refreshing.
残念です。となると体で返してもらうしかないですね。
Understandable. I feel a strange switch flip inside of me.
はあ、労働力
Wait.
ですか。割と現実的なんですね、遠野くん。
Senpai, no.
でもよかった。それならなんとかなりそうです。明日の放課後2時間ぐらいならどんなアルバイトでも変わって。
Damn, dude, 2 hours? Okay. Oh, Ciel. How can you be? How pure can you be? How prudish? Anyway.
そうじゃなくて、もっと直接的なスキンシップの話です。
Skinship. I scooch up closer to her.
遠野くん、何を。
何って近くに寄らないと先輩に触れないでしょう。そうだ、肩周りが見たいので
Okay.
上着を脱がせちゃいますね。
それは聖職者として許可できません。っていうか肩周りって。
じゃあメガネ
Oh my God.
取らせてください。
Not the glasses.
なぜ爽やかに気が狂ってます。
なぜって男はみんなそうですけど、女の子の装飾品を剥がすのとか大好きだし、ゆで卵を剥く感じというか、それが末端であるほど興奮しますよね、先輩。
I don't like the peeling boiled egg bullshit. Fuck peeling soft boiled eggs. That shit suck ass.
なんか堂々と屈折した紳士でした。
What? I stretch my fingers out towards Ciel's glasses. Ciel scurries away from me.
取り替えっこならそちらのメガネと交換ならいいです。
What? No. She throws out a random demand in an attempt to hide her embarrassment. My fingers stop, just short of her. Struck by a strong urge to take off her glasses, I lost control of myself, but her words bring me back to my senses. The switch inside me flips back off, saving me from doing something stupid.
すみません、どうかしてました。先輩があまりに可憐な反応をするものでつい。
I bow my head in apology and quietly go back to my spot.
可憐ですか。よくわかりませんけど、正気に戻ってくれたのは助かります。
Like how blue she is.
メガネはいいんですか。
残念だけどまたの機会に。メガネを人前で取るのは俺も苦手でした。自分にできないことを人にお願いするのはちょっと虫が良すぎましたね。
はあ、私はそこまで気にしてませんけど、突然だったから驚いただけで。遠野くんはそんなに目が悪いんですか。
視力は平均的です。このメガネだってドア入ってないし、外さないのはただの願掛けです。子供の頃にお世話になった人との約束というか、まあそれも。
I've broken that promise several times in the past few days.
訳ありということですね。それに関しては追求しませんが、先ほどの直接的なお返しというのはその。
Ciel looks up at me timidly. What the hell is wrong with me? It doesn't matter how strong she is. There are things I should and shouldn't joke about.
すみません。改めて反省させてください。
Let's see. I think if I go here, I don't know.
さっきのは健全な男子高校生の素直な気持ちというか、とにかく弁当の代わりに要求するようなことではありませんでした。今後は何とか抑えますので、今回ばかりはお目こぼしのほどをいただきたく。
Earnestly and humbly, I bow in apology.
そうなんですか。私も年頃の男の子の生態は耳にしていますので、遠野くんが基本けだものだったこととか何を言っているのかは理解できるのですが。
すみません、生態とか言われるのはきついです、先輩。
ですよね。とにかく一時の気の迷いなのは分かりましたけど、なんでそんなことを。浴場するのならノエル先生にだと思うんですけど。
何言ってるんですか。そんなの先輩の体が魅力的だからに決まってます。
I don't get her at all. Seems she doesn't get how much of a killer she is, in the other sense of a word. That's true. Ciel is thicker than Noelle, no matter how you slice things up or whatever the wording is called. She's thick. She's the thickest character in Tsukihime. And it's always been like that, even in the original. In the original, back in 2000, Japan didn't know thickness. They only know big tittiness. And by big tittiness standard, Ciel had the biggest tits of them all. All is the Tsukihime verse. Now we're in the year 2010 that got delayed all the way to 2020. 1 or 2, I forgot which one. Takuichi learned how to throw out them dick, right? So he drew Ciel thick, and she thick as hell.
ですね、今話題にするのはルール違反だけど、我慢できないから話しますよ。シエル先輩はとんでもなく魅力的で、ブローブと戦ってる時の先輩はめちゃくちゃかっこよかったです。
かっこいい。
かっこいいですか。
Hell yeah.
はい。地下の広場の時点で頼もしさは最高潮でしたけど、鎧に身を包んでからの先輩のかっこよさは別次元でした。
You want to do in
あ
that
んな吹
armor.
雪の中で一歩も引かなかった姿は完成されたアスリートみたいで、俺は外から見ていることしかできなかったけど、勇ましすぎて目が離せなかった。華奢な手足で
Oh,
あん
fuck.
な重そうな重機とかバカでかい剣を振り回すのも嘘みたいだったし、何より鎧が剥がれてからの先輩はこう無防備すぎて脳にガツンときたというか、
Hell yeah.
こんな反則級にすごい女の子がいるなんて、こうして思い返しても信じられないくらいです。
Hell yeah. Although I do my damnedest not to get worked up, thinking about the battle in that frozen hellscape is enough to get me heated. My chest actually starts to twinge. It's frustrating that I can't quite put my fingers on the source of the pain. If only I could properly describe it. Maybe I could speak more openly about my feelings.
とにかく以上です。それぐらい先輩は魅力的だってことを自覚してください。
はあ、
Okay.
にわかには信じられませんが、
Out my ears.
友野くんが言うなら1割ぐらいは。でも後半は褒め言葉じゃなかったような。
褒め言葉です。的確な表現が思い当たらなかっただけで、先輩はとことんモンスター級でした。
Monster
もう
cute.
夢に出るくらいに。先輩、自分のことわからないんですか？
そうですね。ちょっと自信はありません。私、あんまり自分に関心はありませんから。
Ciel speaks in an apologetic tone.
すみません。きっと自分のことなんて好きじゃないんです、私。
先輩？
でも、ありがとうございます。誰かに褒められるのって、こんなに嬉しくて、こんなに照れくさいことだったんですね。
A genuine smile appears on her face. Then she drops her gaze and falls silent. Though it's not that I have anything else to add. After a few minutes of silence, Ciel abruptly looks up at me.
話は変わりますが、遠野くん。
はい。
Her sudden shift in mood makes me sit right up and meet her eyes. It's obvious that she wants to talk about something important.
予定を早めて吸血鬼の話ですか？
いえ、カレーパンください。
話変わりすぎだよ先輩。
Okay.
だいたい食べ物には釣られないって言ってたじゃないか。
She's hungry, dude.
それとこれとは別問題です。遠野くん、自分が言ったことを今更保護にする気なんです
What
か？
about your lunch, huh? You said you're gonna share lunch with me. I seem to underestimate her passion for her greatest vice. For Ciel, the curry bread transaction was serious business.
はいはい。元からその予定だったし。どうぞ
Ciel senpai.
お納めください、将軍様。
Shogun-sama. Okay. And so I pay up.
Why?
She takes it from me with a school of delight. It's like watching a child with a treat.
それでは遠野くんには食後のお茶をお約束しましょう。
Mm.
ご安心を。
Dude.
空気を読んで緑茶ではなく紅茶にして、おまけにお茶菓子もつけちゃいます。
I think I'm becoming an adult. I think it's part of life of getting older, and it's very unavoidable. But because I'm becoming more adult-like, I started drinking coffee. Black coffee, to be specific. I don't know. The thought of putting sugar and milk in my coffee makes me feel disgusted. And then when I tried drinking sugar and milk coffee from the coffee machine one day, I was like, this doesn't taste as satisfying as black coffee. So I made a morning ritual. Grinding coffee beans and drinking black coffee in the morning. Senpai! Talking about tea! I'm about to start drinking tea too, man! And I heard that shit's healthy for you, so might as well, right? I should start doing that. I should start drinking tea. Drinking water is okay and stuff, but drinking just plain water is like, it's just to help you live, right? Basically. I mean, it's good for you. But if you want to optimize, you got to drink coffee, black coffee. You got to drink coconut water. And then now I'm going to add tea to the mix. Well, as long as she's happy, I won't complain. One piece of curry bread is a small price to pay for that smile. I gotta Google. I gotta ask ChatGPT. What happens if I drink tea every day? Soon after, lunch ends. We didn't end up talking about anything important. Ciel wouldn't budge on waiting until after school to discuss the matter at hand. She told me she'll go back to class after cleaning up the tea ceremony room. Though I'm reluctant to leave, I'll only get in the way if I stayed. I pull myself together and head to the classroom. What about Noel? As school comes to an end, Ciel and Noel. Those are my two choices. I don't have any more time to mull it over. Which executor? Who do I go for? Well, obviously you go for Ciel. I go behind the school. Ciel might play coy like this morning, and Noah did say she handled the talking. If that's true, she might be willing to tell me what I want to know without being difficult about it. Black coffee is life? Yes, it is. It takes me 30 minutes to do the whole thing. It takes me 10 minutes to make the coffee because I grind the beans. And then I use a drip machine, right? So my coffee is like drip style. And then that takes like 6 minutes or so, or maybe like 5, I don't remember. And then I drink the coffee. Well, I don't drink immediately. I usually wait like 5 minutes because it's really fucking hot. I wait 5 minutes. And then I slowly drink it after 5 minutes. It takes me like maybe like another 5 to 10 minutes to drink it. But I just feel so at peace when I drink it. It's like a good morning ritual. Although she's only pretending to be a teacher, she's still a member of the clergy, not to mention an adult. I expect she would take responsibility and guide a little lost lamb.
誰もいないし。
Meeting behind the school wasn't a great idea to begin with. It's out of sight, yes, but you never know when other students might come by. Is she playing a prank on me? I mean, this is hardly a place to talk about vampires in the first.
誰だ?
Oh shit. Someone reaches out from behind me and covers my eyes.
もう全然危機感なくない？
Why
あん
not?
なのとやり合った後なのに、普通ここまで好きだらけになれる？四季くんはどこまで牧歌的な羊さんなのかな？
She whispers right into my ear. It means getting ambushed like this, it might not be so bad to be a sheep.
すみません、ノエル先生。これ以上はちょっと。
Her brain is on the point of overheating. So, with my back still to her, I tried to steer our conversation to sobriety.
オッケー。耳まで真っ赤なことで許しちゃう。
Okay.
今日は真面目なお話。だものね。
Okay. She takes her hands away from my eyes. Noelle detaches her body from mine and spins around in front of me, unapologetic as ever.
時間通りね。もし来るとしたらもっと遅れてくるかと思ってたのに。
こんなところで待たせられませんよ。それより、なぜ今のような奇襲を？
青春っぽかったでしょ？
Man. Nasu! Why did you do this? No, it's not Nasu's fault. It's Takuichi! Takuichi's the one that drew her! Takuichi! Why would you make her so cute? Why would you do that, dude? We all know what's gonna happen to Noelle. Fuck. Oh, oh, her nose! Her nose is gone. I didn't notice that. God, your nose. Her nose is
こう
gone.
いうの一度やってみたかったのさ。
なら
Takuichi!
誰でもよかったということで
What
す
happened
ね。
to her nose, Takuichi?
まあ、役得でしたけど。
やってみたいとやっちゃおうは違うわよ、しきくん。
What?
理由がないと飛べないのが大人ってね。あの後シエルさんに聞いたけど、彼女にも誘われていたんでしょ？その上で先生を選んでくれたことへのお礼
Yes.
だったんだけどな。
I like French girls. Wait. Ciel is French too. Oh, dude, dude, I just remembered something. It's all the way back in elementary school. I don't know if elementary school still does this. I think like, I don't know, 4th, 3rd grade. I feel like 3rd grade. Damn, all the way back. My first pen pal was a French girl. And she sent me a photo. I didn't send a photo of me though. I'm like, fuck that. I don't have a photo of me. There's no childhood pictures of me. But I got a childhood picture. I was like, whoa, she wrote me a letter. And then I was like telling everybody in class, this is my pen pal. Dude, she's French and she's hot. I remember that. What's that, 5th grade? What's that, 3rd grade or 5th grade? Damn, I can't remember. I can't remember. I was, I remember in kindergarten, I had a crush on my teacher. Everyone had it. Hold on, man. What am I talking about? Hold up. Looks like Miss Noelle knows about my dilemma. I see. Squeezing herself against me from behind. I guess what I wanted to rule out, well, pointed out, is basically I was interested in girls since kindergarten. Cause I remember I had a crush on someone in class, but I liked my teacher more. So that's why I was acting like a good kid. And then come 1st grade or 2nd grade, I think my family bought a store. And then the person they bought the store from was a mixed racial couple. I think the dad was white, the mom was Asian. So the daughter was mixed. And then I think the daughter likes me, but I like her too. But I was like super shy. I was like, I couldn't talk to her. I was like, oh, I was struggling to say anything. And she keeps staring at me, smiling very big and following me around. It was like my mom and dad thought I was scared, but I wasn't. My sister knew I had a crush on her. She was like, oh, I know what this shit is. Like I was a bitch. I was like, oh god, she's too cute. I can't say anything. And then I don't remember 2nd grade. And then 3rd grade, I just remembered the pen pal. Cause Noelle's fucking French, dude. and Ciel's French, I guess, too. But Noel's French. And my pen pal, I think my first pen pal was a girl. And she was French, too. She was learning English. And that's why I took French in middle school. Then I took Spanish, because it was easier. French was fucking hard. Now I remember. Damn, dude. And I still can't speak French. What was it, like? I think I said like 4 years of Spanish or something like that, and 2 years of French. Because you learn languages since 7th grade. And I took language classes all the way to 12th grade. So it's like, I remember it's like maybe 2 years of French. And then the rest was like Spanish or something. I don't remember, man. It's been a long while. And I can't speak a lick of French or Spanish after all those years of studying. Damn it. Yet my sister could speak very good Japanese. And she only took 2 years of Japanese. And she could read. She could speak. She could make conversations. She could understand watching anime. She even translate for me when Otto does her, speeches and stuff. She translate for me. Damn, man, how the fuck she remember that with only 2 years of learning? I can't remember shit about Spanish or French. I should have took Japanese. I didn't have Japanese. I bet if it was Japanese, I would remember that shit.
っていうか、聞いてよ、しきくん。ひどいのよ、シエルさん。
What?
ブローブとの戦い、私、勇気ある撤退したじゃない？それを根に持ってのけ者にしようとしてるの。
Your kindergarten teacher was 60 years old.
もう先生はしなくていいです。
We call that a
私
guilt.
が2人分働きますから。
What?
今日のシフトまで罰入れちゃって。
What?
先生から先生を取り上げようっていうの？こんな楽な役職、他のやつに譲ってたまるか
？What she said? Hold on. What the fuck? Okay. Never mind. There's nothing to appreciate here. I didn't get lucky. These are just the rambling of a drunken lady at a bottle of booze in hand. French is nice, but seems difficult.
真面目な話をしに来たんですが。
I don't know if it's difficult. I think to me, it seems the same as Spanish. Maybe because it looks like it's English to me. Yeah, I think the sentence structures aren't that hard too.
今からでも作動室に行っちゃいますよ。
I just can't remember it because I'm not smart.
そしてこのクールな対応。
Or is the NA education system
い
sucks?
つもの知的なノエル先生に戻りますよだ。
Maybe both. She's honestly sulking. I'm guessing she doesn't have anyone to unload on, so she's probably got some pent-up stress. Back now.
じゃ、事情聴取と行きますか。あの日、どうして君はデパートの地下にいたのか。別にいいか。大した疑問じゃないし、君が吸血鬼の仲間だったわけでもないし、私を助けようと一生懸命になってくれたしね。それより、シエルさんにあれだけ脅されたのに、現場に戻ってきた理由のが大事よね。どうして戻ってきたの？シエルさんにいいとこ見せたかったとか？
違います。あれは。
I just couldn't run away and abandon her there. I tell her about how I came to know Arc, and how we partnered together to go after Vlav.
町が凍らなかったのは神祖が守ったからなんて信じたくないけど、事実は事実か。実際私も生きてるわけだし。
はい。あいつシエル先輩を見た途端にへそを曲げたけど、この町を守るという点では全力で手を貸してくれたんです。
まあいいわ。神祖が人間に手を貸す事例もなくはないって言うし。 それで四季君はどうして協力したの？吸血鬼を殺す吸血鬼であろうと、化け物は化け物でしょ。手を貸すとか一緒に戦うとか、そもそも信頼するとか、人間としてありえないわよね。もしかして心祖に気に入られれば不老不死にしてもらえるとか思っちゃった口？
あ、そっか。
For the first time, I realized I could have tried that. Ark explained that vampires can create other vampires. Since she's a vampire herself, it's only be natural for that to have occurred to me. Yet the thought never even crosses my mind. And I don't think it ever will.
いや、そういう夢みたいな話はちょっと。それよりブローブの方が大事だったし、だって見殺しにはできないでしょ。そりゃそこまで好きなわけじゃないですけど、自分の住んでる町ですから。
My goals weren't anything as lofty as protecting the people of Soya. I just couldn't bring myself to leave this place and everyone I know behind.
ノエル先生？
ごめん、ちょっと待って。ちょっと待ってね。
What? What?
笑ってない。
What is she
笑って
laughing
ないか
for?
ら。ちょっとおかしくなっただけだから。
Noelle has her back turned to me, her face buried in her hands. But it's clear what she's thinking from her tone of voice. Someone should teach her the expression hidings with one tails out. What the fuck?
自分の住んでる町だからって、もう、なんなのそれ、信じられない。かわいい。四季君、どこまでお人よしなの？
Why she's laughing at
す
him,
み
man?
ません。さすがに恥ずかしいので、いい加減笑い止んでもらえます。
おっと、恥ずかしいとは思ってるのね。
Damn, dude, all my teachers been,
立ち直って、もっと赤面して。一方、私はこれを魚に、今夜はパーティーとしゃれ込むのでした。
I'm glad I was able to brighten this burnout day. Since it's pretty different in front of Shiki, she's a weakling in front of Mario. That's because Mario's an important figurehead. She doesn't know if Shiki's strong or not. Because right now she thinks Shiki's just a dude. If she knows that Shiki has the eyes of deception, she'll probably treat him differently.
ですね、こっちは本気で。
うん。私も、ちょっと本気になったかも。
Whoa! Damn, dude! Its sudden impact practically knocks me off my feet. Nora rushes at me and pushes me against a wall, pinning me in place.
ノエ。
静かに。ほら、
What?
わかるでしょ。
Why she's whispering? She whispers in my ear with one hand over my mouth. The sound of footsteps, multiple people. A group of students had come to pick up their bicycles. We should be out of sight here. They don't notice us. Chatting merrily, the students grab their bicycle and walk off towards the school gate.
ノエル先生、
I'm about to ask her to let go of me now that we don't have to hide anymore, but my voice cracks and my words evaporate. I can feel the warmth of her body, the beating of her heart. All I can think about is the last time we were pressed up against each other like this, buried alive under all that rubble.
吸血鬼は怖くないのに、こっちの方は怖いんだ。裕福そうで、優しそうで、お人よしで。それでいて、人でなし。今まではお仕事だったけど、四季君のこと、本格的にリストに入れちゃおうかな。
Her tone is honeyed. Her whispers can melt any man's heart, but something about it chills me.
リストに入れるって何ですかそれ？
予定表。 私ね、子供の頃からリストを作るのが趣味なの。やりたいことをやらないことを、欲しいものをいらないもの、そういうものを順序立ててメモっていくの。授業中にイラッときたからお仕置きするリスト。
Damn.
親切にしてもらったから恩返しするリスト。いやらしい教頭先生にぶちかます社会的制裁リスト。エトセトラエトセトラ。そうやってスケジュールを消化していくのすっごく楽しいの。ストレス解消は溜め込んだ分だけ気持ちいいってわかるでしょ？
それはわかりましたけど、俺の場合具体的には。
いじめたいリストの上の犯したいリスト。あなた
Whoa.
みたいに綺麗な子がぐしゃぐしゃに泣き崩れる瞬間とか大好き。あ、私は生きているって感
Wait
じ
a
がして。
minute. What the fuck is this list called again? Above the people I want to tease list, on the people I want to break. You know, she kind of reminds me of Sasuke, doesn't she? Doesn't she remind you of OG Sasuke? And Arcueid Route. And Hisue and Kohaku Route, basically. When Sasuke turned into a vampire in the OG, she also turned into like a sadist. And she likes, I think she turned into a sadist. I think that's what Noelle basically is. She's like OG Sasuke a little bit. At least that's what she's reminding me of. Her hot breath hits my neck like a snake licking its cornered prey.
なんて冗談さ、冗談。
Hey, what do you mean by break though?
青少年をからかうのはここまで。私そこまでさどっけないし、まだ犯罪者になりたくないですし。
That's right. Shiki's underage. He's 17. Sorry, Noelle. You're on the list too now, bitch. FBI, open up. Noelle steps away from the wall and returns to her previous spot. Her smile makes it hard to tell how much of what she said was a joke and how much she actually meant.
でも、あなたが本気であることは分かったわ。自分の街を守る。か、笑うしかないくらい、いい理由よね、それ。
Just like that. She switches gears, taking on a gentler tone.
いい理由でしたか？
うん。だから私も真剣に答えてあげる。私とシエルさんがまだ街に残っている理由が知りたいんでしょ？
Yes. You have a point. She's pretty similar to that Sasuke. Yeah, Vampire Sasuke. Yeah, that's what I feel like as well. I wonder if they're gonna remake her entire personality. Vampire Sasuke in the remake. If Noelle's gonna be like Sasuke in the OG, I feel like Sasuke is probably gonna have a character change. Kind of like Ciel got a glow up too. I think it's gonna be similar to that. She's just gonna be a different character. Finally, the whole reason I came to see Noelle. I prepare myself to what she has to say.
確かにブローブは倒せたわ。でも吸血鬼退治はそれだけで終わりじゃないの。親元は死んでも三海帝より上の人は死にはしない。あいつらはあいつらで親元になり変わって町を食い物にしようとする。私とシエルさんはその処理のために残っているの。後始末、要は残業みたいな。こんなドブさら
Maybe
い
we won't have
やり
that
たくない
Sasuke,
け
but
どね。
Noelle instead. In this route, yes. I see. Blob may be dead, but that doesn't mean all of his minions died with him. So Noelle and Ciel has stayed to clean the streets of any remaining vampires.
それはどのくらいかかるものなんですか？
あの地下墓地の規模から見るに下手すると
Half a
半年くらいかかるかも。シエルさんが頑張らなければだけど、あの子ワーカーホリックだからさ、明日する仕事も今日やっちゃうタイプなのよね。
I unconsciously clench my fists. Not out of resentment toward vampires, but enjoy a celebration. If what Noelle says is true, Ciel will be in school for a while yet. We still have all kind of unresolved issues to get through, but that singular fact made my heart soar.
あ、でもこれって秘密なんですよね。先輩はブローブを倒したら俺の記憶を消すって。
そんなこと言ってたのあの子。できちゃうか。でもさすがにもう遅いかな。1日や2日なら思い出せない記憶があってもごまかせるけど、もう4日でしょ。今四季君から吸血鬼に関する記憶を消しちゃうと、それまでとこれからの食い違いで余計に何かあったことが外部に知られるし。安心して、私がいる限りシエルさんにそんな怖いことはさせないから。
I don't know about that.
四季君の理由は分かったし、あなたはいたずらに私たちのことを言いふらしたりしないでしょ。頭をいじるとかそんなの必要ないない。
I like her, man. Why can't Nasu treat her better? The fuck? Noelle backs away a few paces. I guess this means that talk is over.
じゃあね。私としては四季君が味方になってくれれば嬉しいけど、シエルさんは真面目だから、あの子に見つからないようできるだけおとなしく過ごしなさい。
Aye.
でも個人的興味で相談に来るのは大歓迎。
Okay.
だって先生だものね。
Okay,
私。
sensei. Damn, dude. I don't want to cover all. That's the thing. I don't want to say anything, man. Noelle blows a kiss and leaves, though I still don't know how much of that she actually meant. I do envy her manic energy. Oh, still not over. The sun is setting. Today is coming to an end, but Ciel still be here tomorrow. Just knowing that has made this secret meeting worthwhile. I gotta go back. Because the whole point of Ciel Route is to go for Ciel. If you don't go for Ciel, well, you get to meet fucking Arc. Fucking spoilers. If you don't go for Ciel, if you don't have enough points for the Ciel Route, you're gonna get bad ending, basically. You need to rack up points. It's still a visual novel, so choices matter sometimes. Got to go and meet Ciel. With Noelle, there's no guarantee she'll give me any straight answer or even take me seriously. Why are they still here? There's no resting easy until I know the answer. Alright. Well, kind of. At least with the Noelle one, now we know about Noelle lists. That's really interesting. So she has a list of people she don't like that she like. And Shiki's a list of people she wants to break. She's a sadist, dude. Oh, fuck. Ciel is the only one in the tea ceremony room. That's like Yandir shit, right? That's like Yandir shit. What a break. No, that's not Yandir shit. Yandir's like if they get so jealous of seeing you with other people that they kill that person and then they kill themselves afterward. No, that's not right. They kill that person and then they kill you and then they kill themselves afterward. That's Yandir. Wants to break. Yeah, that's just a sadist. Ciel's the only one in the tea ceremony room. Nasu love his bad endings. Yeah, his bad endings are, at least they're pretty good. Naturally, Noelle is nowhere to be seen.
いらっしゃい、遠野くん。放課後までよく我慢できましたね。
Ciel greets me with a usual smile.
どうぞ座ってください。長い話になりそうですから、足を楽にしていいですよ。
At Ciel prompting, I sit down on the tatami. I considered sitting cross-legged, but since Ciel is sitting on her knees, I decided to do the same. That shit's fucking hard. Sitting on your knees? I don't like doing that. It hurts.
事情を説明
Oh,
す
she
る
got
前
a
に
pillow.
こちらも聞かなければいけないことがあります。
Not bad with a pillow.
遠野くんがなぜあの地下墓地にいたのか、この数日あなたに何があったのかを教えてください。
Although her voice is gentle, it carries a weight that compels me to speak. Come to think of it, I never told her how I got into all of this. There hasn't been time for it until now.
それは
I dig through my memories and explain everything that happened up to now. Ciel listened quietly to my story. I tell her about my chance meeting with Arc, about the vampires that have infiltrated this town, about the tragedy at the hotel, and Arc getting hurt protecting me, about how I defied Arc's plan and went to the department store alone.
それであの地下墓地に居合わせたんですね。はあ、それにしても一人でやってくるなんて。
反省してます。今思い返すとどうかしていました。どうしてあんなに意固地になったのか。
それはそれだけあなたが追い込まれていたということです。それでその後は
アルクエイドのところに戻ってブローブを一緒に倒してくれって提案したんですけど。
She flat out rejected the idea, saying she didn't want to, saying it was pointless. Gah, thinking about how cold-heartedly she was in that moment still makes me angry.
なるほど、断られたんですね。吸血鬼らしい考えです。それであなたは一人で私があれだけ注意したのにもかかわらずあの場所に現れたわけですか。
重ねてすみません。でもあれは先輩の忠告を無視したんじゃなくて。
私が怒っているのはあなたのことじゃないですよ。神祖の対応が予想通りだったので呆れただけです。まあ遠野くんの無鉄砲ぶりには言いたいことが山ほどありますので
Okay.
それはいずれ追求させていただきますが。
そうですか。お手柔らかにお願いします。
その後は私が見た通りですね。あなたは一人で死とブローブを倒そうと現れ私たちに協力してくれた。度を越した蛮勇ですが人間としてなすべき道を選んだのですね。
いえ、それはちょっと違うというか。
違う？
How do I explain this? Arc and I made a deal, and she agreed to help fight Vlov. I only managed to get to this crater at all because she brought me there. I wouldn't even have made it past the barricades on my own. She called things off when she saw Ciel, and we parted ways there. But in the end, Arc came through for us, and not just us, but the entire city.
アルクエイドのやつちゃんと協力してくれたんです。グローブを一緒に倒そうって約束通り。
アルクエイドが人間と約束？
Ciel's eyes widen in surprise. Judging by her reaction, it seems that she knows Arc.
先輩、あいつと面識があるんですか？もしかして何度もやり合った敵同士とか。
面識はありますが話し合ったことはありません。こちらにとっても有名人ですから彼女は。
The atmosphere felt just a little bit more awkward. I noticed that Ciel didn't deny being enemies with Arc.
話は分かりました。大部分予想通りの経緯です。遠野くんは彼女と協力してこの町に根付いている吸血鬼を倒そうとしたんですね。
はい。めちゃくちゃな話で半ばあいつに脅されたようなものだけど、こうして思い返してもああするしかなかったと思います。
信じられません。遠野くん、吸血鬼の言うことなんて本当に信じてるんですか？
Yes.
何言うんですか先輩。先輩だって同じじゃないですか。吸血鬼をやっつける教会の
Ciel puts her finger on my lips to shush me.
私のことはいいです。それより問題なのは遠野くんの方でしょ。
問題って俺に？
はあ、自覚ないんですね。
Ciel's shoulder slumped. as she sighed hopelessly.
アルクエド・ブリュンスタッドは吸血鬼です。
I like her hair.
グローブと種別は違いますが、彼女も人間社会にいるだけで危うい異物です。神祖にとって人間は畑を荒らす害虫と変わらない。今回は利害関係が一致したので協力したようですが、本来はブローブ以上の災害だと理解してください。
I found myself unable to fully agree with Ciel. She's right to some extent. There's no ignoring that Arc is inhuman. But even so, I just can't think of her as evil.
まあ、遠野くんには言うまでもないと思いますが、彼女の非道さはもう十分に体験しているでしょうから。
あいつの非道さって？
だって彼女に脅されていたんでしょ？神祖と二人きりなんて処刑台の上に放置されたようなものじゃないですか。
I'm sorry he has to go through that, she adds. Sure, there were a few times where I felt it sure run down my spine, but...
でも、それも終わった話です。ブローブを倒した以上、あいつとはもう関係がないんですから。
That's right. I won't ever get to hear another of her ridiculously selfish requests.
すみません。もう少し確認しておきますけど、遠野くん、彼女にどれくらいのことを聞いてるんですか？
どのくらいのことって、この町に人間を食い物にする吸血鬼がいて、それを追いかけてきたってことぐらいだけど。
つまり彼女本人のことも、彼女が追いかけている敵のことも聞かされていないんですね。
そりゃ詳しくは聞いてないけど。
そういうことですか。まあ賢明な判断ですね。彼女にしてもこれ以上関係者を増やすことは避けたいでしょうし。
これ以上ってもう巻き込まれた後なんですけど、俺。
Which is why I want to stop being treated like a bystander. I'm part of this as much as anyone.
いいじゃないですか。グローブ退治はもう済んだわけですし。それより本題に入りましょう。私たちがまだ町に残っている理由。それが知りたいんですよね、遠野くん。
Oh, right. Ciel and Noel are supposed to leave once Vlav had been taken care of. Or so I was told. So why are they still here?
単純に後始末が残っているからですよ。遠野くんも聞いているでしょ。使徒は人間の血を吸って手足になるしもべを作ると。親元が消えても三海底より上の使徒は独自に活動できます。彼らはこれからも聖者に擬態して人間を襲うでしょう。ですので、親元を倒してもやることは残っているんです。
I wonder in a remake, how is Sasuke gonna turn into a vampire? And then if Vlav dies, because if after Nero dies, who the fuck turned Sasuke into a vampire again? Was it Roa? I think it might have been Roa actually.
吸血鬼に汚染された都市を元通りにするには時間がかかるものなんですよ。
In 2030. I see. Vlav may be dead, but that doesn't mean all of his minions died with him. Oh fuck, dude. It's been like 5 years since the remake. Wait a minute. Did it came out 2021 or 2022? Then it's been a couple of years already. No word on Red Garden. Oh fuck. Alright. It might be 2030. So Ciel has stayed and patrolled the town to get rid of any remaining vampires.
そういうことです。これは地道な仕事ですから、1日2日で終わることではありません。そもそも私はここの学生ですし、仕事が終わってもよっぽどのことがない限り町を離れませんよ。
離れないって本当に？
はい。離れる理由がない限りは。まあ、卒業式が来ちゃったらさすがに出て行かざるを得ませんが。
My temperature spikes from the joy bursting in my chest. She's staying at school. Now that I know that, I couldn't care less about anything else. The vampire thing is still an issue, but right now, I'm just happy I get to keep seeing Ciel.
けど仕事はちょっと山積みです。
Then he never told Ciel about the mystic eyes of depth perception.
あの
Why not?
地下墓地について調べないといけませんし、もうなくなってしまいましたが、いくらなんでもあれは大規模すぎです。1年や2年で作れるものではありません。
She shrugs her shoulders as if to say good grief. She's right, the size of the underground complex was unreal. Even now, I had a hard time believing a place like that existed beneath the city. And then there's that central chamber. What on earth was it originally built for?
と、そういえば先輩、なんであの広場で眠ってたんですか？もしかして油断して捕まってたとか？
油断なんてしてません。あれは演技です。
演技です。
あの寝台は特別な生贄を送るものだったんです。だからわざと捕まって親元がやってくる夜まで眠ったふりをしていたのに。
俺が邪魔しちゃったんですね。
I shrivel up and give a timid apology.
まったくです。本当に驚いたんですからね。
Yeah.
お願いですから二度とあんな真似はしないように。助けられそうな他人より助からなくてはいけない自分の命を考えてください。いいですね、遠野くん。
Man, it's like she's talking to Shido. That's something Shido would do, not really Shiki. Right? Shiki! He's not like a hero kind of guy. He saved... I don't know. I don't know anymore, to be honest. To me, I always see Shiki as an anti-villain. But... I don't know anymore. He seemed less like an anti-villain in the remake so far. Maybe we can still make it until there in 20. Oh yeah, and like in the 2020s era for Red Garden, possible. People were saying maybe next year for some reason, but I wouldn't be surprised 2030. I hang my head, accepting the well-deserved scolding. What even came over me back there anyway? Normally, I'm not one to act impulsively, but I guess the craziness of the situation must have gotten to me.
でもひどい話ですよね。なんだって遠野くんに使徒の寝床なんて教えたんでしょうか、彼女は。いえ、それだけじゃなくブローブと直接戦わせるなんて遠野くんを殺す気だったとしか思えません。
Hey, did he... Yo, Shiki's a bitch. Did he leave out the tidbit that he killed Arc and dissected her into 17 pieces? That he stalked her to her apartment and killed her? I think he didn't tell Ciel about that part.
はい？
My head comes up at that. Ciel seems to have misunderstood what happened with Arc, and she's visibly getting worked up over it. What's with the shift?
私と遠野くんで倒せたから良かったものの、そう殺せるほどの概念武装があるんだったら自分で戦えって言うんです。結果、
Shiki's more like an
遠野くんをあ
anti-hero.
んな危険な目に遭わせるなんて、あの場で彼女を懲らしめようと思ったぐらい頭にきました。
It doesn't feel like in this
大
try.
体遠野くんも遠野くんです。いくら吸血鬼を倒せる武器をもらったからって生身で戦うなんて何考えてるんですか？もしかして彼女に弱みでも握られていたんですか？
Okay.
いえ、そんなことはないんですけど。
How do I explain my way out of this one? I can't just casually say that I owed Arc for killing her, even if I did have the guts to admit of committing murder.
そこ聞いてますか遠野くん。こんな時もぽやっとしてないでください。
はい、聞いてますとも。それより先輩、吸血鬼を倒せる武器って何？
I attempted a last-minute course correction.
何って、遠野くんが持っていたナイフですけど。
Phew, it looks like my desperate question worked.
俺のナイフが吸血鬼を倒せる武器なんですか？
そうですけど。そっか、彼女が教えるはずがありませんよね。自分にとっても不利なことなんですから。
Yo, Shiki! Why won't you tell her already, man? Clear up the misunderstanding.
ですね、吸血種は傷を受けても自動的に復元される生き物なんです。復元の強弱はあれ、これは吸血鬼。人たちが持つ種族的特性なので例外はありません。ですので、ありきたりの外的要因、通常の凶器では吸血鬼を殺しきれません。重火器ならともかく、遠野くんが使っていたナイフではとても、そのナイフに何か特別な力でもない限りは。
特別な力ですか？
Oh boy. I hope he doesn't believe that.
はい、吸血種を滅ぼすには彼らの復元速度を上回る攻撃か、復元そのものを無効にする要素が必要となります。
Isn't that Ciel's fault? Remember what Arc said? She's like 1,000 years old plus ancestor, right? True she never met a person with a person with the eyes of depth perception. We only know one other person that has this, and that's in Guardian and Sinners. There's technically 3 people, okay? Shiki, and Shiki. What the fuck? All 3 motherfuckers have the eyes of depth. They're all named Shiki, and they have the eyes of depth perception. Shiki, and Shiki. But she only met one of the Shikis, so.
ですので、ありきたりの
It's
外
so
的
rare
要
to
因、
have that ability.
通常の凶器では吸血鬼を殺しきれませ
Extremely
ん。
rare.
重火器ならともかく、遠野くんが使っていたナイフではとても、そのナイフに何か特別な力でもない限りは。
特別な力ですか？
はい、吸血種を滅ぼすには彼らの復元速度を上回る攻撃か、復元そのものを無効にする要素が必要となります。復元呪詛、傷を治療するではなく、破損した箇所を元通りにしようとする時間の逆行。この呪詛を無効にする神秘を概念武装というんです。
概念？何かの決まり事を武器にするってことですか？
はい、その通りです。よくできました。遠野くんたち風に言うと魔法の武器ですね。元が人間の吸血鬼には他により効果的な手段があるので使いませんが、初めから人間ではない吸血種を処理するときに使用する、言うなれば奥の手です。遠野くんのナイフもその一つだと思います。大方あの神祖が持ち出した対使徒用の武器なんでしょ？
いえ、あれは自前のナイフというか、親父の形見みたいなものでして。
ほう、これは私の勘違いでしたか。
Okay.
遠野くんのお家、遠野家の家宝ということですね。歴史のある家には魔除けの品が伝わっています。日本の古い家系はそれこそ古代から続いてますから。あれ？でも変ですね。遠野にあるとしたら魔を強めるものであって、大麻のサイクルはないような。
Why won't she tell Shiki about the Tono family, man? Why she's keeping that a secret? She knows about the Tono family being a family of demons. Why didn't she just tell Shiki about that part? Nope, save that for Red Garden. Motherfucker. Alright, we'll save it for Red Garden. Ciel continues mumbling to herself. Yo, can you expand on that, Ciel? What you mean the Tono family strengthens the supernatural? Alright, whatever. We'll wait in 4 years. At least it's 2026, almost. Ciel continues mumbling to herself. She doesn't seem to have a clue about my eyes. Bringing up the lines of death now would only complicate matters further, so I keep that to myself. Besides, something else has caught my attention.
先輩、うちのことを知ってるんですか？
Nasu! Yeah!
ええ、まあ遠野家が古いお家であることぐらいは。私これでも教会の人間ですから、それぐらいの事前調査はこなしています。案外多いんですよ。それが特別な力を持つ道具だと知らないで保管しているお金持ちって形見なんでしょ？お父様の？ならそれぐらいの一品だったってことですよ。
What the fuck is this? Oh, Nasu knew. Nasu knew I would say that shit. He knew. He knew the Tsukihime fanboys. They were like, oh, this motherfucker. He's not gonna explain this in 4 years or whatever. And then he was like, haha, I knew you were gonna say that, bitch. I'ma blame everything on Ciel. Shiki asked her about the Tono family, but Ciel dodged the question. Now don't hate me, you gotta hate Ciel. I'm like, fuck you, Nasu. I can't hate Ciel, dude. She's my senpai. Dang it, Ciel, senpai. Why are you dodging the question? Why don't you tell Shiki about his family, man? It's his family. I simply nodded along with Ciel's explanation. But I hope she's right. I thought it was a crappy excuse for an inheritance when I first got it. But if it's some kind of special artifact, maybe the old man cared for me more than I thought. Oh, dude, Shiki, you dumb fuck. It's your... you can cut anything with the lines, dude. You know it's your fucking eyeballs. It's not the fucking knife, you moron. I don't even know if the knife is an artifact, to be honest. I think it's just a fruit knife, right? It's just a fruit knife that says Nania. 7 Knights. I don't know if there's anything special about that knife. Did they ever explain the OG? There's something special? I don't remember. All I know is just this old clan knife. That's it.
ちょっと話がずれましたね。私の説明は以上です。遠野くんの方はどうですか？あれから体に異常はありませんか？
俺ですか？さすがにまだ全身筋肉痛ですけど、悪いところはありません。けど、ブローブにやられた肩の傷はちょっと変かな。あんなに深い傷だったのに、なんかもう塞がってるし。
ああ、それは私です。ごめんなさい、勝手に治療してしまって。ご迷惑でしたか？
まさか。全然嬉しいです。次もお願いします。
Anytime.
はい。次なんてないだろうけど、そう言ってもらえると助かります。
No, I'm the one who's glad. Not only did she heal me, she's actually concerned about how I've been. As she says, this was the last time, that was the last time. The weight of what that signifies finally settles in. It's all over. Vlav is gone, and Ciel's still here. I'll never have to deal with vampires ever again. Wait, does he not remember Arc?
話は終わりましたね。
Alright.
後のことは私たちに任せて、遠野くんは普通の学園生活に戻ってください。
はい。あれは悪い夢だったと思っておきます。先輩がいてくれることが分かっただけでほっとしたし。あ、でも。
When this is all over, I'll erase your memories. Does that mean she's going to wipe my memory now?
先輩、
はい、何ですか、遠野くん。
先輩たちは吸血鬼の秘密を守るんですよね。じゃあやっぱりこの後俺の記憶を消すんですか？
おや、消してほしいんですか、遠野くんは。
わけないじゃないですか。お願いします。消さないでください。
Damn, dude, he's bowing. I don't ever want to forget Ciel. I'd do anything to keep my memories. Placing both my hands on the floor, I prepared to go into a deep bow in a vain attempt to change her mind. Just as I'm about to start begging.
消しませんよ。というか消せません。1日消したぐらいじゃもうどうしようもないですし。遠野くんが信頼できる人なのはここでの会話だけで十分に伝わりました。リスクのある記憶消去は行いません。それにお願いするのは私の方です。どうかブローブのことは口外しないで、私とノエル先生のことも見逃してください。それとこれが一番大事なことですが、もう絶対に危ないことはしないでくださいね。
Ciel bows her head. The single act contains more sincerity than any of my desperate pleas.
それはもう吸血鬼とは関わるなってことですか？
はい。だって遠野くん怖いの嫌なんでしょ？
それはそうですけど。でももし。
I don't think I could bring myself to run away if I found one of Law's remaining minions attacking someone.
いえ、努力します。自分からは関わりません。
Ciel smiles in approval and stands up. Guess this means we really are done. Ciel slides the door open, prompting me to leave the room, as if freeing me from my nightmare.
うん。それじゃあまた明日、先輩。
はい、また明日学校で。
I love this OST. This is probably one of my favorite OST from the remake. There's not like a remix of the OG, if I want to say that too. Like this specific OST, I grew to really like over the past years. I say past years because I played Tsukihime Remake, only Arc Route, a couple years ago, and now re-listening it today too. It's a really good OST.
安心してください。遠野くんの平和は私がきっちり守りますから。
Ciel puffs out her chest with pride. Her smile only confirms my feelings. Seeing her smile brings me more joy than I ever known, even beyond the fact that I've fallen for her. I still have questions. I still want to know more. But for now, this is more than enough. The sun is setting, and I lost nothing. The day I spent thinking about Ciel ends with a smile I so wanted to see. Alright, now he's heading home.
ところで、もし俺が先輩の秘密を誰かに話したら、どうなるんでしょう。
それはもちろん遠野くんが想像した通りのことをするだけです。痛いのがもっと嫌いになっちゃうような。
Okay. She compliments her terrifying answer with a bright smile. Message received. I better not tell anyone that she's an executor, no matter who asks. I make my way home. There's nothing else to do at school, and no one else around town. Nowhere else around town to go. I might as well go back to the mansion on time for once and put Akia at ease. Dude, that mansion looked really good. At least the drawing.
ただいま、翡翠。
お帰りなさいませ、四季様。
Hisue is standing at the entrance. Her timing is too perfect for this one to be a coincidence.
もしかして、俺が帰ってくるのを待っていてくれたのか。
はい。主人の出迎えは使用人の務めですから。
Damn, dude, she waits for him to come home. I want to read an anime now. Read an anime, watch an anime. About childhood friends. Someone like Hisue, hey. Damn, I wonder who's like that. Hisue says this without batting an eye. Like it's the most natural thing in the world.
いや、出迎えてくれるのは嬉しいけど、わざわざ外で待ってなくていいよ。俺は勝手に帰ってくるから、気づいた時だけ声をかけてくれればいい。
I like that she just stares at you. Oh, dude, you saw that? You saw that? Her expression changes a little bit. You can see it too. Like it's the same stone face, but it feels like it's softened a little bit. Maybe it's like because of her eyebrows lowering a bit. Hisue's expression darkens just a little bit. What if she was waiting for me just like this all throughout Friday and Saturday?
承りました。明日からはロビーで四季様のお帰りをお待ちいたします。
Dang. Hisue bows her head and opens the front door. Man, he should get with Hisue.
ありがとう、翡翠。
Maybe everyone's right. Hisue is the best girl. I feel bad all over again for my actions during the past few days. With gratitude in my heart, I walk into the mansion, just as the sun is on the point of setting.
お荷物をお預かりいたします。四季様は今でおくつろぎください。
いや、このまま部屋に戻るよ。着替えてから今に降りる。琥珀さんと明葉は？
姉さんは厨房でご夕食の支度をしています。明葉様は先ほど連絡がありましたので、あと30分ほどでお帰りになられるかと。
そっか。じゃあ30分後に。ずっと外で待っててくれたんだ。棺もちょっとは休んでいてくれ。これは主人としての命令だからな。
では、お言葉に甘えて失礼します。後ほどお迎えに上がりますので、ごゆっくりお休みください。
With a bow, Hisui sets off down the hall, leading to the west wing. I recall there's where her room is. She's probably heading there to put her feet up. We don't know. What does Hisui do on her time off? I don't remember the Hisui route too much. I don't think we ever seen Hisui in leisure time. I remember I know Kohaku does a lot, but I don't even know what Hisui does in his spare time. Oh, she does have a blade fetish. I guess that's the only thing I know about Hisui.
よし、こっちも一息入れてくるか。
I go up the lobby main stairs. I take in the sight of the glorious chandelier out of the corner of my eye as I head into my room at the end of the second floor of the west wing. Orc!
あ、おかえり。
See, man, this is fucked up. I've been spoiled. This freaking flowchart. What would this show is see? It's my fault for going there. Hold on, I gotta make sure. I remember I did recording earlier. It just occurred to me. I want to make sure I'm not using filters. Equalizers, okay. Because I remember I did a recording earlier today, and then I was really listening to it with the new mic, obviously. And, whoa, what is this? Oh, I can't look at it. She's blue. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it sounded a little bright, but whatever. Sitting on my bed, swinging her legs, is a surprise even greater than running into Ciel this morning. Arc! Oh, godaimasu! Yeah.
お、
I
何？
like her so
もう
much.
仕切ったらそんなに驚いちゃって。
Did she kill Roa just to spend more time with Shiki? Alright.
私に会えたことがそんなに嬉しい？
Oh, Shiki just married Arc, man. What the fuck? What is he waiting for?
お前な。
Her unreasonably blithe disposition jolts my senses back to life. I hastily lock my door, drop my bag, and rush to my bed.
何度俺を驚かせれば気が済むんだお前は。だいたい日も沈みきってないのに出歩くなんて。
Whoa, what's she doing? Put him on bed.
捕まえた。
Whoa.
やっぱりイメージより実物の方が何倍もドキドキするね。
What she does in imagination.
話せって。本当何考えてんだお前。
Man, I like Arc so much. He's my favorite character in the remake. You can't change my mind, man. You can't change my mind. Dude, Arc in a remake is so much cuter than I remember. In both the original and her own route. Dude, I like Arc. I think she's got I don't care what anyone says. She doesn't even give me a chance to object. As soon as I draw within reach, Arc grabs my arm and pulls me down onto my bed.
何って四季のことを考えてたよ。だからここにいるんだけど、これっておかしい？人間的じゃない？
いやおかしいかって。そもそも。
Broke into his home. The fact, well, to be fair, Shiki broke into her home. No, she invited Shiki in. She opened the door. It's her fault. the fact that Arc is thinking of me is definitely pretty strange.
それより離れろ。人に見られたら言い訳のしようがないぞこれ。って背中に手を回すな。近いってば。
Basically her game. Yeah, we get 2 arcs. We get regular arc and red arc, and we even get to see Hime. And what's that new? There's a new version of arc. It's called Echo Arc, right? Where she's a lowly, the lowly arc. So yeah, we get all the arcs in this game. We get Hime. That's arc with the hair down. I call her Hime. Well, that's what the fighting game community call her, right? When she's type Earth, arc with the hair down, with the dress formality and everything like that. When she's basically a celestial being, that's Hime. We call her Hime. What do you see here? Arc with the short hair. Iconic turtleneck now. Well, she always had a turtleneck in the OG too. We call her Arc. No one calls Arcueid. I never heard it. No one calls her Arcueid. I never see anyone attempt her name. So everyone calls her Arc, like I do. This is the Melty Blood community too, by the way, I guess. And obviously you already know Neko Arc, Cat Arc. I mean, that's part of her name. That's the official Type Moon translation right there, Neko Arc. And then Echo Arc is a new character. So yeah, we get all the arcs. Oh yeah, Red Arc is Hungry Arc. That's what Red Arc is. She's hungry. Not only does she refuse to let go, she has me face to face with her, locked in a tight embrace. I use both hands to push Arcueid. Fuck, what did I say? I just said off and jump out of the bed. It's because I wasn't thinking. Sometimes I just read. I don't think about it.
もう乱暴なのは相変わらずね。
Over roughhousing, huh? The big cat is on my bed, pouts. Then stand up with a huff. Failed, yeah.
一日ぶ
I
り
didn't even pronounce it
元気だっ
right.
たシキ。
This is no dream, no illusion. Arc stands before me in the flesh. A power to captivate pure and plain in the golden sun. Dude, she looks good in the golden sun, dude. She's cute. You know Arc wears gold panties? They said that in Getsutoya. I will never forget that shit in my life. It's been how many years since I played Kogetsu Was it 4 years? 4 or 3 years since I played Kogetsu and I still remember Arc colored panties. I don't know why. It's so unique. Because usually anime, they always like to put the girls in either white or black because it's easier. They don't have to color shit. That's another thing, right? Or they go for something like some classic cheese, like polka dots or some bullshit, right? Or Kuma. They go for that shit. Art, she wears gold. Gold lingerie. Why gold? That's her taste.
お前な。
I overcome by the urge to yell at her, but the words don't come. I know it's crazy, but I'm ecstatic to see her again.
いや、騙されないぞ。もういろいろコリゴリだ。何しに来たんだよ、アルクエイド。ブローブは倒したんだ。もう俺に用はないだろう。
うん。気分がいいから血を吸いに来ちゃった。
What?
No.
She came here to suck my blood? What is she saying?
なんちゃって冗談よ冗談。
Oh.
ちょっと四季の驚く顔が見たかっただけ。
Okay. Beaming happily, Arc surveys my room with deep interest. She looks like a model, strutting about gracefully, as if this place belonged to her.
待ってくれ。本当に頭が追いつかない。本気で俺をからかいに来ただけなのか。
Never knew vampires had so much time on their hands.
うん。半分は四季目当て。出歩いてたら四季の匂いがしたから用事を放り捨ててこっちに来ちゃった。
What? I'm sure whatever errand she was has turned into a dumpster fire too. Anyone who ever gets stooped up by this transparamental princess has my sympathy. But anyway.
あのな、敵を倒したら帰るんじゃなかったのかよ。いや、そもそも今すぐ帰ってくれ。うちから秋葉に見つかる前に。
あら、あとの半分、真面目な方の話に興味はないの？
What's the other half?
敵を倒したら帰るはずの私がどうして残っているのか、おかしいと思わない？
それは。
I guess it wouldn't be like Art to stay in town on a whim. She acts all carefree and impulsive, but she's a rational being at her core. The fact that she hasn't left must mean that there are vampires she still needs to take care of.
じゃあ、お前もブローブの残党狩りを？
ええ、残った下級使徒の始末よ。ブローブとは関係のない話だけどね。
ブローブとは関係がない。
I'm about to ask her what she means when...
四季様、物音が聞こえたのですが、
It's Hisue.
何かございましたか？
Hisue, don't come in. I got my dick out. That's the only way to keep Hisue out there. Just say you got your dick out, Shiki. She won't come in. Hisue's at the door. Did she hear us talking?
まずい。ブローブよりまずい。いいから今は帰ってくれ。誰にも見つからないで、あの夜みたいにビョーンとひとっ飛びで。
ビョーン。
何？この家の人？いい機会だし、挨拶していこうかな。
バカ！
Okay.
殺されるからな、それ。
Probably me. Probably by Akia.
四季様、
Reverse NTR. Is it? I don't even know. Because it's technically a Ciel Route, though.
失礼とは存じますが、ドアを開けてよろしいでしょうか？
よくない。ちょっと待って、今着替え中。
That's the only way to keep everyone out the door. Just say your dick's out.
頼む。
It'll buy
と
you
にか
some
く帰
time.
ってくれ、アルクエイド。後で埋め合わせするから。
なら今夜10時、南口の公園で待ち合わせしてくれる？
するから早く。
交渉成立ね。ありがとう。待ってるわ、シキ。
Ow.
でも気をつけて。この屋敷、良くないわよ。
Something foul in the
見つけが
water.
濁ってる。
I wonder why she said that. Wasn't that a Tono house? Again. Shiki is being kept at the school, right? Kohaku dragged his ass all the way to the school. What else is in a Tono house that's foul? I can only think of Kohaku's sinister plan, maybe. But why would Arc pick up on that? There are a lot of new characters in this game. That makes this... It's gonna make Red Garden very interesting. This Dr. Eric investigating the annex, which is Shiki old house, right? There's that dude Saito with the bandages, where he said that he spends a lot of time with Kohaku, and he shows a lot of respect to Kohaku. So it looks like they're scheming together, possibly. And then who else is a new character? There's obviously all the people in the church, but they don't seem interesting to me yet. We'll see. Let's keep going. That's very interesting she said that, though. Something foul in the water in the house. Excuse me. And Ro is basically gone, too, right? So what else is she smelling that's foul? She must have come through the window on her own, on her way in, too. Leaving me with this mysterious warning, the vampire flies away like a pure white dove. Dude, the Tono household is so mysterious. I can't wait for the remake for that one. There's so much more mysteries now with these new characters. I didn't really care too much about the vampire stuff, if I want to be honest. And the original. Nah, I can't lie. I did care a lot. Because Nero was cool as fuck. And hearing about the other 27s, I thought it was going to be cool as too. But you don't really see them. You only see Nero. I don't know if the others ever show up. And then one of them's like Arc's sister, right? So. But she's dead. They like die off screen a lot. Dinner ends without a hitch. Akia came home just before 7, in an uncharacteristically good mood. After dinner, we moved to the parlor for tea. 2 more hours until I agreed to meet Arc. It's all I can think about, but there's no point getting worked up about it. I sneak out after bedtime. For now, I need to keep my cool and pass the time without raising any suspicion.
ダージリンでしたら2番目より1番目の方が好まれると思いますよ。味も香りも控えめで後に残りませんもの。
そうね。兄さんにはファーストフラッシュの方が合っているかも。私はセカンドフラッシュの方が好みだけど。たまには兄さんに合わせましょうか。
What the fuck? Is this what they do in their free time? Talk about shiki taste in tea.
でも好みで選ぶのなら紅茶より日本茶の方がいいんじゃない？日本茶好きは兄さんと琥珀で、私と翡翠が紅茶糖かしら？い
えいえ、翡翠ちゃんはお茶にはこだわりませんよ。神経質そうに見えますけど、こう見えて割と
姉さん、
見た目通り好き嫌いのない鉄壁のメイドさんですから。ほら、お掃除とかお裁縫とかできないことってないんですよ、シキさん。
Shiki-san? Why she directed at Shiki for? Kohaku abruptly changed the subject to Hisue despite her not even being part of the conversation.
紅茶の話をしてたように思うけど、なんで翡翠の話に？
だってシキさんは翡翠ちゃんと一緒ですから。翡翠ちゃんの神経質なところは知っているでしょ？
Man, that's Kohaku trying to hook up her sister. She knows Hisue likes Shiki, so she's doing everything she can to hook them up.
いや、それは。
Oh damn, dude, she's staring. I glanced at Hisue out of the corner of my eye. She seemed strangely tense.
神経質とは違うような。きめ細かい仕事と神経質なのは別でしょ。俺がポカやってもすぐに片付けてくれるし、自分でも気づかない体調を指摘してくれるし、あと夜遅くに帰っても誰かさんみたいに怒らないしそういうのはおとなしい、優しいと表現すべきだよ。
おとなしい、優しい。Alright, Hisue. She's grown up, gentle, kind.
兄さん、門限も守れない学生は糾弾されて叱るべきだと思うのですが、私は間違っているかしら？
もちろん正しいけど、いくらなんでも8時っていうのは早すぎないか。子供じゃないんだから、この際10時ぐらいに決め直そう。
却下です。兄さんにはそんな時間まで外にいる理由はないでしょ。習い事をしているわけでも部活動をしているわけでもないんですから。
How does she know that? There's no arguing against that. The only reason for someone like me would have to stay out of my few responsibilities would be to goof off.
もっとも門限を守ればいいという話ではありませんけど、これまでの自堕落ぶりを反省して早く帰ってきてくれたのは喜ばしいですが、その後が気になります。夕食から心ここにあらずという様子ですが、何かあったのですか？例えば、この後何かご予定が入っているとか。
How did she know? Chicky, don't crack. I almost shift my oh, fuck. I almost shift my gaze, but I regained control just in time to avoid looking suspicious. Dude, this motherfucker almost cracked. Akia's intuition is incredible. She timed her question perfectly too. I would have cut right through the old me. I'd be in 100 pieces on the floor right now. But after I've been through battling the vampire, being reunited with Ciel, getting ambushed by Arc, I won't be caught off guard so easily.
この後は風呂に入るだけだけど、なんだ、先に入るのか？それならそれでいいけどって、そうか。この家
Fucking
浴槽は
Shiki.
2つあったな。
Oh shit.
秋葉は東館の方だったっけ？
そうですが、何か。
東館のは大浴場なんだってな。たまにはそっちを使ってみたいもんだ。
その時は翡翠に伝えてください。時間を調整して入れ替えますから。
Okay. Boom! Perfect counter. Trying hard to appear unfazed, Akia awkwardly looks to the side.
そうだ。風呂で思い出したけど、この屋敷の水回りでどこか調子の悪いところとかあるのかな？
Oh! Yeah, I'm curious about that shit too. Ark, I'm glad he brought that up. Our comment about the water has been stuck in my head.
水ですか。私は特に気にしていません
Oh,
が、
Kohaku.
庭に通している川のことかしら。琥珀はどう？
私も今のところ気になる故障はありませんけど。ああ、もしかして地下の古い水路のことかもしれません。
Oh my god. The underground aqueduct. That was a stage in Melty Blood, wasn't it? Like the old school one.
もう何年もメンテナンスされていませんし、強い雨の日は悪い水が溜まる可能性もありますね。
That seemed to be all they know. Could these aqueduct be what Ark was? I almost called Aqua. Ark was referring to.
そう。お父様は屋敷の作りに手を入れたがらなかったから、そういうこともあるのでしょうね。いい機会だし、今の案件が落ち着いたら業者を入れて様子を見ましょうか。
That wraps up the aqueduct discussion, and we go back to talking about nothing. Our tea party ends up going past 8, only coming to a close when I excuse myself to take a bath. Alright. Is it 10?
それではおやすみなさいませ、四季様。
ああ、おやすみ、翡翠。
Turn off the lights. Alright. I turn off the lights and lie down in bed. There is a little less than an hour until I'm supposed to meet Ark. The park we're meeting at is the largest in the area. It's located past the shopping district on the opposite side of the station. It'll take me 30 minutes to get there on foot from the Tona mansion.
でも、本当に何の用なんだろう、あいつ。
She's probably still in town for the same reason Ciel and Noel are. Their hunt isn't over until Vlov's surviving minions have been exterminated. Even so, one question
意
remains.
外だな。先輩たちはともかく、アルクエイドがそこまでしてくれるなんて。
She only seemed to be interested in defeating her enemy. I didn't think she'd stick around to clean up, but here she is. Still, whatever her motives, she did protect this town.
はあ、ずるいよな。それじゃ無視できないじゃないか。
I'm still not sure how dangerous she is, but I'm more than certain she isn't a bad person. Vampire or not, I've never seen a smile as beautiful as hers. That's true. Ark is pretty damn beautiful. Oh, the lights turned off. That's cool. Okay, Nasu. Alright, I see you. Alright. The lights inside the mansion started to turn off as 10 o'clock approaches. It's about time to go. I pocket my knife, just in case, and leave my room. There's no sign of anyone at the park. The side of the station is Soya Office District, so there are no local residents out for a stroll, or young people on their way home from a night out. At 10 o'clock at night, it's all but deserted. Ah, in there, in this empty public park, stands a pure white figure, looking entirely out of place.
あ、
来た来た。こんばんは。時間ぴったりだね、シキ。
Dude, she's so happy. There's that smile. Berating myself for almost letting it enchant me, I glared sharply at Arc. She ambushed me in my own room, and only barely escaped undetected. What would I do if the little respect I command at home vanished to nothing?
ねえ、聞いて聞いて。さっきまでそこのベンチに2人組の男女がいたんだけど、おかしな話をしていたの。なんでも誕生日が近いから何か欲しいものがないかって。
待った。その前に言っておくことがある。というか、俺は怒っている。お前がきっちり反省するまで話はしないから。そのつもりで。
怒ってるってなんで？
やっぱりな。分かってないと思った。まあそこはいいよ。お前に一般常識なんて求めてないから。どうせ吸血鬼のすることだと諦める。でも付き合わされるこっちはたまらないんで、厳重注意だけはしておきます。
It's like I'm training a wild animal.
その言い方なんか嫌。私あなたを困らせるようなことはしてないんだけど。
人の部屋に忍び込んでおいてそれか。人間の世界じゃ無断で遊びに来ることも、2階の部屋に窓からやってくることも、そもそも家の敷地に入ることも犯罪なの。まったく見つからなかったからよかったものの、もし誰かに見られていたらどうするつもりだったんだよ。まさか力ずくで解決とかしないよな。
何よ失礼ね。そんな野蛮なことしません。第一、人間に見つかるようなヘマはしないわ。監視カメラだって壊しておいたし、もし誰かに出くわしても意識を飛ばすだけだし。
カメラ壊しただ。さりげにすごいこと言ったな。それを力ずくって言うんだ、このバカ女。
バカ女って、あなた私をバカにしてるの？
バカをバカって言ってんだから、それ以外何があるって言うんだバカ。反論があるなら聞いてやるから言ってみろ。
何よ、私は式に会いに行っただけじゃない。そんなに怒られるようなことしてないと思うけど。
She still doesn't see what she did wrong. I'm too dumbfounded to even speak.
わかった。わかりました。確かにカメラを壊したのは余分な行為だったと
It's
思う。
because she got the infinite money glitch.
要はあれね。人間的にきちんと玄関から行けばよかったんでしょ。次からはそうするわ。招かれないと家に入れないなんて特性もないし。待って、どこ行くのシキ。話まだ終わってないよ。
What's your face? Whoops, unbeknownst to me, my feet started walking me home. My instincts had detected a slew of red flags in Arc words. It's not like I could outrun her, so I marched right back.
悪い。考え事をしていたら足が勝手に動いた。あと、玄関からやってきたらその時こそ絶好だからな。本気で恨んでやるから覚悟しやがれ。
玄関からでもダメなの？じゃあどうすればいいのよ。私にあなたに近寄るなって言っているの？
そんなことを言うかバカ。何もかもいきなりすぎるから、ちゃんと段階を踏んでくれればいいんだ。お前はいるだけで目立つんだから、もっとおしとやかに行動してくれってこと。
If I wanted to invite someone to the Tona Mansion, I had to introduce them to Akia first. Once you got to know them, they could come over any time. Or at least that's what I'm trying to explain to Arc. But she's just glaring at me indignantly like an angry cat.
何よ、勝手なことばっかり言って。だいたいいるだけで目立つってどうしてよ。私、外見は人間と変わらないでしょ。
あのな、美人はいるだけで目立つもんなの。人間であるかどうかは関係ない。
I replied to her frankly. Wow, okay. What the?
まあ、こっちも言い過ぎたけど。
Maybe it's because I gave her a straight answer, but Arc readily accepted.
とにかく今後はあんな無茶はやめてくれ。俺の心臓が止まりかねない。
Oh man, I like her. She likes that.
四季の心臓が止まるのは嫌だから、できるだけおしとやかにする。
Okay. Arc nods meekly. But you look at that, she actually listened to me. Actually, seeing all sad and helpless like this makes me realize she's not so different from an ordinary human girl.
じゃあ本題に入るぞ。どうしてうちに来たんだ、アルクエイド。俺にはもう用はないはずだろ。
何って吸血鬼探しよ。四季、私に協力してくれるって言ったじゃない。
What vampire?
やっぱりそうきたか。
I thought she killed Roa.
親元は倒したけど、まだ手下が残ってるもんな。でもどんな心境の変化だよ。お前の敵はブローブだけじゃなかったのか。
私の敵はブローブじゃないよ。私が探していたのはこの町に救った吸血鬼で、ブローブは関係ないもの。
は？
Another vampire entirely.
待ってくれ。それどういう意味なんだ？
言った通りの意味だけど。もう四季って切れるようでどこか抜けてるのね。いい？確かにブローブは吸血鬼だったけど、あいつは人の血を吸っていた？
吸っていたかって、
Yeah.
当然だろ。あいつはあんなに人間を片っ端から燃やして。
So that's it. How did I not notice something so obvious? The bodies left behind by the serial killer has been drained of blood, but they were otherwise unscathed. Well, Vlav is different. He burned his victim. He drank their blood too, but draining them was never his modus operandi. Come to think of it, the victim at the hotel weren't connected to the serial murders. They were treated as casualties of a fire, which means Vlav must not have any connection to the serial murders to begin with.
待ってくれ。じゃあ吸血殺人事件は何なんだ？一体どこの誰があんな真似をしていたんだ？
だからあの事件はブローブと別の吸血鬼の仕業なのよ。この町に隠れていたのはロアという名前の使徒よ。年月をかけて都市を侵食するタイプで、その特色は転生すること。一つの都市を汚染した後、その命を終えて次の都市を食い物にする吸血鬼。
She doesn't even bother to hide her disdain. The intensity in her words sends a chill up my spine.
転生って、死んだら生まれ変わるって意味の転生？
Buddhists call this concept samsara, I believe. When someone dies, they are reborn into another life, and thus their soul lives on forever.
そう。殺されても次の命に生まれ変わる人間を利用した不老不死の亜種。転生は聖堂教会の教義にはないから、ロアはいないものとして扱われてきたわ。私はそのロアを殺すためにこの町にやってきた。ブローブが来た理由はちょっとあやふやになってきたわね。名誉目当てで私を追いかけてきた祖かと思ったけど、ブローブにはそれだけの理性、使徒社会における協調性はなかったみたいだし。
Hold on. What's this called? Mystic Eyes of Dead Perception 1 Metamorphosis.
ま、そのあたりはもういっか。ブローブは死んだんだし。とにかくブローブとロアは別物よ。ブローブは正真正銘、この町の使徒家とは無関係の第三者ってこと。私、標的がブローブだなんて言わなかったでしょ。ブローブにとっての標的は私だったけど、私にとっての標的はブローブじゃなくて、この町で通り魔と言われている吸血鬼だけよ。シキ、まさかとは思うけど、ものすごく単純な勘違いしてたとか？
うん。勘違いしてた。
Realizing my mistake, I awkwardly look away from Arc. She said her goal was to kill the vampire, which I just assumed was Vlav.
それじゃあ、あの夜ブローブと殺し合ったのは無意味なことだったのか？
無意味じゃないわ。ブローブがあなたたちにとって脅威だったのは事実だし、シキは私の代わりに戦ってくれたんじゃない。
だからそんな顔しないで。もっと自信を持って。
See, she likes Shiki.
あの時の式は綺麗だった。私あんなに目が離せなかったのは初めてだった。まあだからこそあいつが視界に映るのが我慢ならなかったんだけど、目障りにも程があったわ。
Wow, I'm actually a little moved. I didn't expect her to be cheered up by Arc. She's right though, none of that was pointless. Whoever Vlav was, he was a calamity that had to be stopped. By doing that, even I, whose sole talent is killing, managed to make myself useful.
いや、でも待て。じゃあ吸血鬼事件は何も解決してないってことか。ロアってやつはまだ生きているんだから。
それも問題なし。もう危険はないから安心して。ここからは後処理みたいなものだし。
後処理ってことは。
Is she saying what I think she's saying?
ええ、ロア本体はとっくに始末したわ。言ったでしょ、式のおかげだって。ブローブに使う分の力が余ってたし、すぐに見つけてやっつけちゃった。
Arc reports matter-of-factly that the incident had been resolved.
それは町の人間として助かるけど。
A sense of terror washes over me. My heart pounds against my ribcage.
でもロアを殺してもそのしもべはまだ活動している。前に話したでしょ、親元としもべの関係。死者はみんな死体に戻っただろうけど、使徒にまでなったのが数体残ってるみたいなの。それでね、シキ。
Oh, fuck. Some seem to have become fully fledged vampires. Rora Underling, you think she's talking about Sasuke? I don't remember too much about the OG with Sasuke. But I think Sasuke turned into a vampire because of Rora. And she's like one of the higher vampires. Because she has her personality still. So I see. What this is I know what she wants now. The reason Art called me out here is
ロアを倒すのに力を使っちゃったから疲れちゃって。誰かが私と一緒に使徒の後始末をしてくれたら助かるんだけどな。
Okay. I knew it. I'm grateful to Arc for all she's done. And I can't let the vampires still lurking about have free reign. But I don't know if I can agree to this, no matter how pressing my sense of obligation. My fight with Vlad flashes through my mind. The terror I felt still lingers in my bones, enough to send a chill up my spine. Come back to my everyday life. Don't get involved with vampires anymore. I promise Ciel.
そっか。じゃあとっておきを言ってあげる。
Mystic Eyes!
お願いだからブローブを倒してくれ。これって誰の言葉だったかしら。
Oh, his own words. That's even more effective than the Mystic Eyes. I can't exactly argue that. Arc might have lost her composure when she saw Ciel, but she still pulled through and helped us in the end. If she hadn't held Blizzard at bay, the entire city would have been frozen over. Now it's my turn to keep my end of the bargain.
わかった。手を貸す。貸せばいいんだろ。いいよ。俺も吸血鬼の排除には賛成だし。怖いのは嫌だけど、我慢して協力してやる。
そうこなくっちゃ。頼りにしてるわ、シキ。私と一緒に戦ってね。
An eager smile forms on Arc's face. I'm sure she's more than capable of handling this herself, but still feel nice to feel relied upon. The word vamp is used. That's what Sasuke is, right? She's a vamp, right? Wait a minute. What does that word mean? The word vamp is also used to mean temptress of men, and it's easy. I mean, yeah, that describes Sasuke too. She's pretty temptress or whatever. This particular vamp doesn't even need to remind me of my promise. Her smile alone would have convinced me. you don't need to tell me twice, Shiki. Arc's beautiful. I get it.
ドアを失ったしもべたちの取る行動は2つ。身の危険を察して巣に引きこもるか、支配者から解放されたことで自由に夜を闊歩するか。今夜は前者、引きこもっている方に狙いをつけましょう。
With our plan of action decided, Arc leads me to the residential district. From what I heard, the vampire roaming around freely will pose a greater threat, but the executors Ciel and Noel are likely to be on their case already.
まず危険なのは自由になってはしゃいでいる人だろうけど、この町にはあいつがいるから、そんなの昨日のうちに見つかって狩られてるわ。次に危険度が高いのは住処で休眠している集団ね。親元を倒すぐらいの外敵が現れた以上、群れていた方が安全と考える知能があるから。で、危険度、難易度ともに高いのは自由になった時点で群れから離れてじっと町に潜むやつ。それだけの判断力と適応力があるなら4回転を超えているだろうし、時間さえあれば新しい派閥を作りかねない。
新しい派閥、あの地下の広場みたいなものか。
地下の広場、そんなのあったのね。うん、ロアのコミュニティほどじゃないだろうけど、月に1人の割合で人知れず犠牲者を出すぐらいの。でも代行者がいる限り、そんな真似をしたらすぐに見つかって処理されるわ。だから代行者がいる以上、上級の人はなかなか尻尾を出さないの。あいつらは死者狩りには便利だけど、同時に上級の人を警戒させる厄介者なのよ。
I see. From a vampire perspective, Ciel and Noel are like the police. Their presence alone is enough to deter random acts of violence and organized criminal activity. At the end of the day, however, they only address the symptoms. To truly clean the street is a much more painstaking task.
それじゃあ今から行くところは吸血鬼が集まっている隠れ家なのか。
ええ、確証は取れていないけど、それは式がいればはっきりするわ。それより式、ロアの棺がどこにあったのか聞かないの？
The school. What a peculiar thing to bring up.
別にいいよ。もう型がついたんなら興味はないし、俺には関係のない話だし。
Sorry about that. It's
そう
1
なん
a.m.
だ。式の学校の地下にあったんだよって驚かそうと思ったのにな。
Arc pouts disappointedly.
いや待て、そりゃ驚くよ。吸血鬼のボスのねぐらがうちの学校の地下だったって。
ええ、上手に隠されてたけど、そこはほら繊細かつ緻密な操作で見つけちゃった。
なぜ疑問符が差し込まれる。
Arc explanation is all kind of suspicious. But that aside, Royal Lair was underneath my school. Although Arc says she's taking care of it, it's impossible not to be shaken.
式？どうしたの？怖い顔をして。
いや、親玉の住処が学校の地下にあったのなら、うちの生徒たちが犠牲になっていたかもしれない。
それはないと思うけど、本体が眠る棺は最後の隠れ家だから、その周辺で食事なんて取らないわ。下手に血の匂いを残したら代行者にたどられてしまうでしょ。
そっか、自分の家の玄関で事件を起こすようなものだもんな。
そうそう、元凶の膝元では異常は起きない。これ人でも人間でも共通の隠蔽法でしょ。
Aw, that smile at the end. She just wanted him to feel better. Yeah, that makes me feel a little better. Arc takes the lead with the easy stride. She's so relaxed, it's hard to believe she's on her way to a vampire hideout. As for me, I feel nervous, but not scared. Has my victory against Love made me complicit? Or have I actually gotten a little braver? Whatever the case, I'm glad I'm not shaking at least. Cute. Arc sneeze pulls me out of my reverie. I'm about to ask if vampires can feel the code, but then I recall the fight of Blov. Of course they do. She may be tougher than a human, but I've seen her bleed, not to mention in pain, more than once.
そのミニスカが原因か。寒いのならこれ
His
着る
jacket.
か。
I take my jacket off and offer it to Arc.
いいの？やったー！ちょっとの間だけ借りるね。
Oh my god, this is supposed to be the Ciel Route, but I like that a lot. I like that a lot, dude. The classic, here's my jacket, honey. You can have it. No, not have it, you can borrow it. Wearing the boyfriend's jacket? Hell yeah. Arc puts on my jacket and prances around, twirling in circles. She looks so happy. Despite her sneeze, Arc is a picture of health, a flower in full bloom. But I shouldn't keep staring. If I'm not careful, I just might fall for her.
なんだそれ。ここまで惚れっぽかったのか、俺。
I mean, can you blame him? Shaking my head, I turn my eyes away from Arc. The quiet residential area is just on the other side of the train tracks. I can't afford to be getting distracted with a vampire hideout so close. Dang, dude. They really made Arc good. She's so good. Dang, Nasu, just to betray her. Well, to be fair, she gets a glow up in her own route a little bit. She gets like 6 different outfits. She gets a dress. And I forgot she gets like a casual with glasses. She got another outfit too. She got so many outfits in this remake as a whole. The hideout turns out to be right in the middle of the neighborhood. A typical 4-story apartment complex. Nothing out of the ordinary. Sorry about that. Still tired. They look to be 4 apartments per floor, with lights visible in most of their windows.
このマンションがそうなのか。
ええ、それをあなたで確かめるの。シキ、ここでメガネを外して、あの建物の周りを見て。
メガネを外してって、なんで？
You see the lines.
その方が確実だから。私は人間と人間じゃないものの気配を感じ取れる。あなたは聖者と死者の違いが視覚情報として読み取れる。
Oh, really?
索敵方法は大いに越したことはないでしょ。これは明日からのテストも兼ねているわ。シキが私と行動するということは、その目で街を見るということだから。
Arc explanation makes sense. Plus, I'm the one who agreed to help, so there's no reason for me to decline. In the 7 years since I got these glasses, I never once walked the streets without them on. Looking at inanimate objects is enough to give me a headache, so it's not hard to imagine what seeing the lines of every passerby would do to me. But as of a few days ago, everything has changed. Now I know what hell looks like. After the horrors I saw on the ground, I can survive a headache or two.
メガネを外すよ。それで型がつくなら安いもんだ。
I look at the lines. The strains put back on my brain instantly makes me nauseous. This place seems wrong. There's nothing unusual about the lines running across the building, but it feels somehow lifeless. There's something unnatural about the cold glare of the interior lights, about the strangely concentrated lines of death scrawled across the woman entering through the door.
そう、やっぱり当たりね。
Instead of going to the entrance of the apartment complex, Arc heads down the slope leading to the underground garage. The garage is unguarded. The garage is guarded by a metal shutter.
このシャッター、人よけと消臭の結界がかかってる。それもロアが消えたことで薄れているけど。
Bending down, she places her hands under the shutter. Is she really going to put a shutter up by?
シキ、このシャッター切れる？
そりゃ切れるけど、いいのか？
ええ、私よりシキが敵に。無理やり開けると警報が鳴るでしょ。
She does have a point. Arc is pretty good at keeping her cool under pressure. I cut along the lines of the shutter. Metal meet concrete with a clatter. I peer into the pitch black through the opening I just cut.
なんだこの匂い。
The foul stench hits my nostrils. The garage reeks of rotting meat and rancid blood. I see several squirming clusters of lines within. The sound of shutter being spliced open seems to have caught their attention. Going by the lines, there are 5.
5体もいる。いや、それより気づかれてる。あいつらやる気だぞ、アルクエイド。
I look back to see no trace of her. She must have vanished while I was busy cutting the shutter. And now I'm in a fight for my life with no way out. I can't back down. I can't even look back. The moment I took my eyes off of them, I will become their prey. Red cracks splinter my vision. Like a shattered mirror, like a puzzle of pieces scattered. And lines of death squirm into my eyeballs and etch themselves on my brain. I'm an idiot. I was so confident in myself. I didn't even bother making the slightest semblance of the plan. And I'm going to die for it. Right here, right now. The half-rotting corpse is going to squash my head like a block of tofu. I'm an idiot. I let surviving the catacomb go to my head and forget that I'm just me. So now, with my patchwork humanity stripped away, all that's left is my true self, naked and bare. My body moved before my mind could follow. I dismantled them without hesitation. It feels so familiar. The smell of blood, the flesh parting with no resistance. Oh my god. My boy Shiki. Narnia. In the midst of this carnage. A sight I once tried to forget floods my mind. So vividly I can taste it. Then why did Arc disappear? Where did she go? It's pretty messy. I resume breathing. A sharp headache snaps me out of dizziness. 1 minute has passed. 5 bodies worth of dismembered parts are littered around me like garbage.
見ちゃった。すごいんだ。本気になった式って。
アルクエイド。
Why did she do that? Blinking through my headache in delirium, I look back. Arc reappears, making her way to me through the pool of blood. The scattered chunks of flesh turns to ash and vanish on the wind. Daunting left is the pool of blood, thick and dark like all oil.
でも無茶は禁物よ。ほら、早くメガネをかけて。そのままだと倒れちゃうでしょ。
Damn, dude.
そうだな。ありがとう。
I put my glasses back on and stuffed my knife into my pocket. Why didn't she help? The smell of blood is still making me queasy, but my headache quickly subsides.
死ぬかと思った。じゃなくて、話が違うぞ、アルクエイド。なんだっていなくなるんだよ、お前は。
あら、協力するってこういうことでしょ。まさか私にだけ戦わせて自分は何もしないつもりだったの？あなたは。
いや、それはそうだけど。
I'm unable to refute her logic. Getting involved with a vampire means diving headfirst into danger. It's my own fault for forgetting that.
確かに、俺は気が抜けてた。それは認める。けど、それなら事前にそうと言ってくれ。お前なんか意地が悪くなってないか？
ええ、楽しんだのは事実よ。式の魔眼がどれだけすごいのか自分の目できちんと確かめたかったから。
テストって そういうことかよ。はいはい。じゃあ結果はどうでしたか、お姫様。
文句なし。あなたの目は破格の魔眼よ。その希少価値は言葉では言い表せないぐらい。
それはよかった。お眼鏡にかなって光栄ですとも。
I punctuate my retort with a sigh. Even if she's paying me with the honest compliment, it's hard to be happy about it. Being praised for my ability to kill people is like confirmation that I'm good for nothing else.
でもその目と同じぐらいあなた自身もおかしな人ね。直前まで逃げ腰だったのにナイフを握って殺すと決めた途端迷いなく死者を解体するんだもの。そういうところ私と似ているのかも。なのに人間よりも人間らしいなんてすごく不思議。
That's his bloodline, dude. He's a Narnia. But he was raised as a Arima, not as a Tono. They abandoned his ass. 7 years. We gotta... Nasu, please, Nasu. Please. Make a Keiko scene in Red Garden. Like, it's... Shiki is who he is. Yes, because of Aoko. Yes, he made a promise to Sensei. But you gotta give credit to Keiko. The Arima family, man. They're the one that also helped shape of who Shiki is today. Of how kind he is today. You gotta give them credit too. I'm not sure what emotion I hear in her words. Affection? Admiration? Compassion? It came out of nowhere, and I can't find a fitting response.
ねえ、ドアの後始末が終わったら私と一緒に行かない？よくわからないけど一人で帰るの嫌になっちゃった。
Go alone where? Arc trots away a few steps, then swings around to face me. I answer without thinking.
あのな、行くってどこにだよ。まさかお前の故郷じゃないだろうな。
Her sincerity goes over my head, and my reply comes out sharp.
何その嫌そうな顔。私一応お姫様だよ。玉の腰乗ってみない？
お断りだ。
Okay.
そんな爆弾みたいな腰に乗れるか。
I like that.
バカ。
なんか今すごく侮辱された気がするんですけど。
Half-heartedly trying to quell Arc protests, I take another look around the parking lot. There don't seem to be any more vampires around. If Earl was still alive, we probably would have been attacked by the entire apartment complex, but these were all that remained. The other inhabitants were probably the rank 1 and 2 low-level dead apostles that Ciel mentioned. Mere corpses now, their sire is dead.
もうここには誰もいなそうだな。外に出よう、アルクエイド。さすがに血の匂いがきつい。
I call out to Arc as we leave the garage. There's no telling for how many years these vampires have been festering in the darkness, but now the light is shining in. Alright. Outside, I fill my lungs with fresh air. Though this job is done, I don't feel much sense of accomplishment. The hunt for royal minions isn't over yet. And, more pressingly, what are we supposed to do about the rest of the apartment?
どうするんだ、アルクエイド。他に吸血鬼がいないとしても、ここはねぐらの一つなんだろう。もしかしたら中に隠れている奴がいるかもしれないし、念のために調べるか。
もちろんしっかり後始末はするわ。じゃあ式はちょっと離れてて。
What she's gonna do? The mystic eyes, what she's doing? No, that's not mystic eyes. If it's her eyes are yellow, that's mystic eyes. That's just vampire. That's just the face she makes when she's gonna kill something. Arc turns back to the apartment complex and raises her left hand in the air. Okay. Then what?
No.
Did she kill everyone? With a great rumbling, the apartment complex collapses. In an instant, smushed like a cake by some gigantic unseen hand.
どう？式みたいな希少性はないけど、私だっ
What
てす
the
ごいでしょ？
fuck? She just killed everyone! Arc smiles proudly.
そう
見直してくれた？というか、驚いた？
そうかバカだったなお前
Oh, what the? I grabbed Arc's hand and started running. The magnitude of her power doesn't surprise me. After all, she's strong enough to protect the whole town from Vlov's snowstorm. Just, please, have some common sense.
なんで逃げるの？もう危険はなくなったのに。
あんな騒ぎを起こしたら人が集まってくるだろうちょっとは考えろバカ女
It was a gas explosion. That's what they're gonna say in the news.
それはそうよね。私ったらうったりさん？
すごいな分かっててやったのか
I like that she's a ditzy blonde. Things must have taken an unnecessary turn for the worse. Fighting for the flow of people coming out to investigate the source of the noise, we ran to the empty park. Yeah, I just realized that. They really made her a ditzy blonde. I wonder why. No heavy machinery or explosive participated in this destruction. The building was crushed by a controlled natural phenomenon, by a minute adjustment to the laws of nature. Half in shock and half in rage, she listened to the collapse, the product of millennia of human advancement, a symbol of modern civilization, razed to the ground on a fleeting whim. Oh! It's the most iconic Ciel pose! Damn! Hey. Oh, boo! Nasu! Why? You know everyone here. How about this? You could take a screenshot. Take the screenshot, save it in your folder. Iconic remake Ciel standing on a pole on the moonlight. It's gonna murder the entire Uchiha clan. Alright. That's definitely iconic as hell. Wait a minute. This came out before Naruto. Hell yeah. Itachi's copying Ciel. Her habits fluttered in the wind as she takes in the scene. No wait, Naruto's in the 90s, but I don't know when they introduce Itachi. So the executor watches on from 20 meters above the ground. Her duty is the extermination of the dead apostles running rampant around town, but that's already been dealt with. She hunted down the last of the rank 4 dead apostles last night. All that remains is to find and destroy their sire coffin and their feeding ground, although, as a few moments ago, the latter is no longer an issue.
空想具現化を惜しげもなく使うなんて何を考えているんですかあの吸血鬼は。
She muttered to herself in frustration. The executor has long been observing Arcueid Brunestud in silence. But after what she just witnessed, she can no longer contain her disdain.
彼も彼です。弱みでも握られているんでしょうか。
She turned her eyes to the young man running with Arc hand in his. She only serves to confirm her irritation. Is it the vampire she resents? Or is it the sight of the two of them together? The executor cannot tell. Is she jealous? Once they vanish in the direction of the park, she shifts her attention back to the demolished apartment complex. Already a group of nearby residents have gathered at the scene, drawn by the commotion. Several police cars peel off in the main street in front of the station, heading this way.
迷宮入りの案件がまた一つ増えましたね。事後処理はあなたの方でこなしてくれるのですか？
Mario.
司祭代行。
The executor continued facing ahead, but her words are directed at the darkness behind her.
なんだてめえ、気づいてんならそう言えっての。 声をかけるタイミングがつかめなかったじゃねえか。
A small whistle wind cuts through the air, like the executor standing on her high perch. The voice belongs to another who lords over the skies. Only he needs no foothold. The 12-year-old acting prelate Mario Gallo Bastino perches behind the executor on thin air. He has strings. He's a puppeteer master or whatever they call it.
ノエル先生からあなたのことは聞いています。互いに自己紹介は必要ありませんね。
まあな、てめえの経歴は嫌ってほど目を通した。今さら何を聞くまでもねえ。んで、あれの処理の話な。じき俺の使えねえ部下が駆けつけて話をつけるんで、てめえはとっとと消えていいぜ。下の野獣馬どもにいちいち暗示をかける必要はねえよ。
Looking back down, she sees a number of black cars arriving on the scene after the police. In them are Mario's very own inspectors, brought and paid for. Within the hour, they have spun this inexplicable catastrophe into a simple, unfortunate accident.
それは結構。こちらも手間が省けます。ですが、いいのですか？ノエル先生には厳しく詰問したと聞きますが。
埋葬機関の犬が権力になびく玉かよ。大体殺されても値を上げないって話じゃねえかてめえ。マグロ相手に拷問するほど暇じゃねえしな。てめえらの単独行動には目をつぶってやるよ。それとも任意同行するか？おい。
構いませんよ。司祭代行の言葉は尊重します。ただしそれが正式な手続きによるものならですが。
Mario does not answer. His lips curl in amusement.
話が早くて助かるぜ。さすが歴戦の強者だな、代行者。というわけで、てめえとの情報交換はなしだ。それとも借りを作っておくか？
必要ありません。こちらはこちらの責務を。あなたはあなたの職務を果たしてください、マリオ。
マリオ。
へえ、俺はてっきりここで殺し合いになると思ったんだがね。邪魔者は事前に潰すのがてめえらの流儀だ。大司祭直下の俺は目の上のコブじゃないのかい？
The young boy grasps the tone as a clear provocation. The executor shrugs it off without so much as looking over her shoulder.
そうですね。ただの司祭代行ならそれもあり得たでしょう。ですがあなたなら例外です。いえ、ラウレンティスの人間であれば誰であれ信用に値します。あなたは目先の利益で功を焦りはしないでしょう。は
あ？なんだそれ。信用に値するだ。権力に尻尾は振らねえてめえが。たった今背筋主義にでも目覚めたか？いやまあ確かに金ほど信用しやすい見返りはねえけどな。は
あ、顔は似ていますが兄上とは正反対ですね。あなたは心の底から失望しました。
ああ、ちょっと待てよ尻でか女。あのクソ兄貴がなんだって？
私はあなたの兄を知っています。以前一度だけ同じ任務に就いたことがあるので、ラウレンティス枢機卿の息子ということで周囲では誤解されていましたが、彼は尊敬に値する人物でした。その彼が言ったのです。もし弟たちに会うことがあったらなるべく手加減してやってくれ。ひねくれているが根は青臭い正義感だと。
なんだそれみっともねえ。死ねばいいってんだあのクソ兄貴。使い捨てのメス犬一匹に何媚び売ってやがるラウレンティスの面汚しが。
ええ、その一点であなたたちは信用できます。父上の名誉を守る、そのためにあなたたちは行動している。ここで私を捕獲するより他に優先すべきことがあるのでしょう。
なんだそりゃ、親父の名誉を守る。そんなことはあのクソ兄貴がほざきやがったのか？
いいえ、そういったことは一度も。とにかく無口な方だったので、ただ共に過ごして私がそう感じただけの話です。
これだから20歳そこそこのガキは 半端に理想に燃えてやがるから始末に追えね
昔の話ですよ。あれから6年、今はお父上の補佐に務めているのでは。彼のことです。立派な人物になっているでしょう。
As the executor reminisces about the past, her audience looks on with cold eyes. The acting prelate grinds his teeth.
え。いい、白けた。もうてめえとは交渉なんざしてやらねえ。勝手に一人で土地狂ってろ。どうせロア狙いだろ。こっちも同じだが、用があるのは奴の工房だけだ。本体はてめえに任せてやるよ。
He's not gonna tell him the road dead. The wind whistled as Mario takes his leave. His previous standoffish blustered and nowhere to be seen. The executor must have gotten under his skin.
待ちなさい、司祭代行。一件だけあなたに頼みたいことがありました。それを条件に、ここから見逃してあげましょう。
What does that mean? Mario's fingers stop. He makes to turn around to tell the executor off, only to realize that her threat was not an idle one. What the fuck? Just one solitary string holds him aloft. The executor has stood surrounded by over 700 spirits, threaded but for minutes now, until a moment ago, when she incinerated all but one in total silence.
魔術栄唱はなかったな。指先から魔力を流しただけで燃やしやがったか。嘘みてえな生成量だ。波の魔術師の何百倍だ。とっくに化け物だな、大公社シエル。まあそうでもなけりゃイデアブラッドを2つも3つも保持していねえか。
おしゃべりは結構。最後の1本も燃やしますか。
待て、やめろ。転落死なんて間抜けな死に方は冗談でも勘弁だ。ってもう燃えてる燃えてる。相変わらず容赦ねえなてめえ。もう仕方ねえ。聞くだけは聞いてやるよ。要件を言ってみな。
私の同僚の処遇についてです。すでにあなたは彼女に会っています。なら私からの提案は理解できると思いますが。
The executor tone has grown cold. She speaks in a calm voice that imparts only fact, but her implication is plain. Executor Noel is at her limit, both mentally and in terms of ability. She has nothing else to offer.
ああ、そういうこと。人事異動は俺の領分だ。片手間でいいなら請け負ってやるけどよ。いいのか？俺に預けるってことは好き勝手に使い潰すってことだぜ。
構いません。できれば近日中に手続きを。彼女はブローブ・アルハンゲリに血を吸われてもいます。問題ないレベルですが、万が一ということもあります。あなたの権限で汚染審査を行ってください。
万が一ね。ま、プラシーボ効果ってのもあるしな。俺から見てもありゃガタガタだ。早いとこ全身診察してやるとするか。それでてめえがこっちの邪魔をしなくなるってんなら安い買い物だ。
With that, their business is concluded. The board departs, this time without interruption. Only the executor remains, her habit fluttering in the wind. She looks down upon the scene of destruction once more and breathes a small sigh. Dude, why is Tsukihime so fucking good looking? Holy shit. That's one of the best CG I've seen in ages. I'm not gonna lie. That was so good looking. Grasping for air, we make it to the park. Luckily, we managed to escape unnoticed. Finally stopped to rest, panting like a dog. As for the princess by my side,
ごめんなさい。四季の体のことまだよく考えていなかった。
that's new. She actually expressed remorse. Maybe I'm too much of a pushover, but I can't stand to see her so forlorn.
いい。結果的には誰にも見つからなかったし、俺もちょっと言い過ぎた。アルクエイドがぶっ飛んでるのは今に始まったことじゃないしな。だからそんなに気にしないでくれ。
式が起こってないなら私も嬉しいけど。
ああ、怒ってない怒ってない。でもやりすぎなのは本当だぞ。次から大事を起こすときはせめて一声かけてからにしてくれ。
Oh, yeah. I like her.
任せて。協力無比のコンビだものね。
Okay. Okay. What does that say? What does that say? Oh, man. Oh, that's not my phone. There's nothing to translate. Dang it. I suck at this. Doya. That's what it says. Oh, really? That's what it says. I was gonna say, man, I wish my sister was here. But you got it. Doya. That's what it says. That's cute. All right. All right. That's funny. I like that. Yo, Takuichi-sama! Did Takuichi... Who told Takuichi to do this? I like it a lot. That's actually really good. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. I forgot it's in auto mode. Good stuff, Takuichi. My consciousness flicker as my anemia seizes a chance. My knees buckle. It feels like the contents of my head are spilling out. As Arc rushes toward me, I raise a hand to tell her I'm okay.
少し疲れたみたいだ。ベンチに座れば落ち着くよ。
Damn, she really cares about Shiki. She ran towards him. He's about to fall off. Or fall down. I lower myself onto a nearby bench and catches my breath. Like, compared to how Arc treats Shiki versus how Arc treated Mario. She told Mario, I'll fucking kill every single one of you if you fucking follow me. I was like, damn. Dude, Mario fucking trembling on his feet. He was like, oh man. He didn't want to move. He was like, gotta make sure the coast is clear. Alright, then I can leave. It is cheeky. It's like her personality switch 180. Is she worried about me?
そっか、死の線を見すぎたのね。シキ、あなたは自分の目をどこまで理解しているの？
With that, she adopts the mannerism of a teacher and launches into lectures about my eyes. She's a cute monster, I agree. According to Arc, my eyes don't exactly see death, but rather decipher death. The lines are simply where death is exposed. The origin of those lines, the point, is death itself. Seeing the lines require going far beyond the limit of human perception and cognition. So overusing this ability would cause the brain to crash before the eyes. Due to the strain, it must be used in moderation.
なんだそりゃ。自分で俺を振り回しておいて。
Let me see. I remember that. Arc selfishness is almost comical. She knows full well that my mystic eyes are the only thing I can offer. How can she order me to help her, then warn me not to use them? Her logic doesn't add up. She continues to ramble about things I barely understand. Arc Sensei is quite the lecturer. I nod and nod as I listen. I actually pretty much recovered already, but I opt not to cut her off and just stare at her instead. She looked so frail just a moment ago, and now she's practically glowing with energy.
ちょっと聞いてるの？
Yes.
私、シキは危ないって話をしているのよ。笑うところじゃないでしょ。
She's seriously angry at me, but it's not like I'm meant to laugh. And she's the one who got carried away with all the newfound zeal.
なんだよ偉そうに。ブローブにやられた時はそっちも危なかったくせに。
あの時はあの時でしょ。何よ、シキは私が苦しんでいた方がいいの？
No way. I don't ever want to see her like that again.
ああ、バランス的にお前は苦しんでるぐらいでちょうどいい。
I will say though.
まあ、でも。
We're not talking about balance here. I will say though, I don't remember Arc having too much scenes in the Ciel Route in the original Tsukihime, right? I think in Tsukihime Remake, I think they did a really good job of making me still care about Arc. Because I think after obviously her own route, she still have his major role in Ciel Route as the final, you know, the ending. But I feel like a majority of the Ciel Route, at least in the original, I don't remember too much of Arc. And I don't remember Arc really. And obviously Akia, Hisue, and Kohaku Route. In the remake though, I really like her, man. Maybe Nasu noticed that too. So he probably rewritten to make Arc more screen time and more likable. I mean, he had 20 years. Well, he made this in like 2010-ish. 10 years, I guess, of experience. Well, now it's 20 years. Officially released, right? Whatever. For me personally, what I really want to say is...
元気なアルクエイドを見ているのは嬉しい。お前はそのままが一番だと思うよ。
If I could have one wish, it would be to see her smile like that forever. Oh, it's a hug! Oh, she's going for the hug! Hell yeah!
待て、イノシシかお前。
I scrambled to get up, knowing there's no way I'd be able to dodge her. Oh, dude, I love this game. Alright. But as I stand, Arc skids to a halt in front of me and grasps my hands in her.
私も同じ。やっぱり一緒だね、私たち。
I gulp as I take impurity of her smile. Thinking to reciprocate, I open my mouth to reply. But... oh shit. A head-splitting pain shoots through my brain at the worst possible moment. I only save myself from collapsing by grabbing onto the bench. I take a deep breath and ride out the dizziness. Fortunately, it was just one flash of pain. I should be able to get back up.
悪い。体力まだ戻ってなかった。アルクエイドの言う通り、魔眼の使いすぎってやつだな。
Arc doesn't reply. She just gasps, like she's seen something she can't scarcely believe.
そうなんだ。それは大変ね、シキ。
What the fuck? She lets out a giggle, then skips back to the center of the park square. Why'd she make that face? What? The night grows later. She's hungry! Oh, that's all I can think about. I think she's hungry. Arc has much less to say, but I can tell that she's in a good mood. So much so that I had to wonder why. Roa cock blocking. We passed the time discussing our next move. He got jealous. He saw the hug. He was like, fuck you, Shiki. Not letting you enjoy this hug. Not for my beloved Arc. Before I know it, it passed midnight.
もう日付が変わっちゃったね。今夜はここでお別れにしまし
I
ょう。
think she's hungry.
明日もよろしくね、シキ。
Maybe not yet.
まあ、一日で終わることじゃないしな。待ち合わせ場所はここで、時間は今日と同じでいいか。
ええ、一日も待つのは退屈だけど、 四季にはまだ四季の生活があるものね。邪魔はできないわ。
I like that. You saw the animation. That's cute. All right. Hey, they really put a lot of effort into this remake. You can tell it's just a lot of good production, a lot of decisions, good decisions. Even the moving clouds is a really nice touch. It's a small touch. Is it moving? Yeah, it's moving. Even the moon looks beautiful, dude. It's a really good visual novel, man. It's really fucking good. The chair. Is the chair Ciel Route or Arc Route? I don't remember. The chair was after the RAPE scene, right? Was it on Kohaku? I think it was on Kohaku too. But I feel like it was in one of them. Arc flashes me a brisk smile, then leaps clean out of the perk. She sure knows how to make an exit.
って感心してる場合じゃない。俺も早く戻らないと。
If I leave my room empty for too long, someone's going to realize I snuck out. I rush back to the mansion as fast as I can, knowing there's a good chance I'm already too late. Someone waiting for him? Let's see. It's well past midnight by now. The lights in the mansion are all out. I bypass the main entrance and slip in through the service door at the west wing. When I left, I used the same exit, and luckily it's still unlocked. Hiso and Kohaku rooms are on the west wing, so I tiptoe my way in to avoid waking them. This chair. A sigh of relief escapes my lips as I sit down on my bed. All the walking I've done tonight must have been exhausting me. It feels like the mattress is sucking me in. Again, I'm working with Arc. Fate, stay night, just keeps dragging me back into the blast radius.
仕方ないよな。放っておけないんだから。
Or maybe I don't want to. Maybe I'm drawn to her, and all her beauty, and all of her inhumanity. I feel a brief twinge of pain in my head, like being stabbed with a needle. That's odd. The headache I felt felt different from the ones I had before. Rather than a pinch of pain, was a pinch of guilt. Like I'm rebuking myself for being so foolish as to think as her as beautiful. Slowly, I close my eyes. Sleep takes me over, a giant hand pulling my body and my consciousness into a deep darkness. As I fall helplessly into darkness, I try to recall why that would be foolish, but my thought disintegrates before I can. Drifting to sleep. That was chapter 7, I believe. So we're on 8 now, right? Oh, we're still not done. Can't sleep. I must have too much on my mind. Too many things to think about. Vlog? Closing my eyes, throw my thoughts into sharper relief. And now that I'm awake, I won't be able to fall back asleep anytime soon. Giving up, I roll out of bed. Might as well do some reading. I put on my jacket to stay warm and search through my belongings. Hold on, let me rehydrate my throat. Unfortunately, I can only find books that I already read. I'm just killing time anyway, so I don't need anything new. I moved to the adjoining sunroom, holding a book I read many times over. Reincarnation. It's nice to have a room just for reading. You know, this one thing I don't think they ever explained in Tsukihime. Why does Makahisa has a book of reincarnation written by Roa? Because those are Roa research notes, isn't it? For reincarnation? Why does Makahisa has those? Sinking into the chair, I flipped through the pages. The first emotion I ever felt, of all things, was pity. Not anger or despair. It seemed that everything I laid my eyes upon was miserable. The most miserable of all, of course, being myself. He was born at the end of the 15th century, the child of a wealthy family. He received the best education money could buy, and grew up healthy in both mind and body. A benevolent soul, he reviled corruption, avoiding any and all vices. Those around him regarded him as a child prodigy, and believed without a doubt that he would bring them great prosperity. You don't think he's actually reading? It's just Natsu putting in lore? That could be. However, he defied his parents' wishes for him to inherit their land, instead of setting his eyes on the doors of the house of God. In this age, the corruption of the church was at its height. The greed of the powerful had affected its roots, and the fruit of nearly fallen from the tree. His parents were disappointed, and nonetheless gave him their blessing to follow his aspiration, and the hope, perhaps, that he could exercise the corruption that he spread throughout the land. By all rights, it would be impossible for a single man with no patron to change the world, but he passed through many cities, befriended many people, watched many new developments come to fruition. Throughout all this, he arrived at the same single conclusion. Human beings are magnificent. Of all the Lord's creation, they are the most superior. They may be weak, frail, noisy, irredeemable creatures, but their sole redeeming quality outweighs all of their ugliness. For as long as humans exist, they are compelled to search for meaning, and this he saw the Lord design. He met new people on a near daily basis. Residents of the city, visitors to the city, he welcomed them all. He found joy in learning about the life of every stranger he could speak with. In each and every person's life, there's a truth to be learned. Many of those lives are unremarkable. Many were even reprehensible, but none were without meaning. He endeavored to know as many humans as he could. His compatriots laughed at him, saying 10 people was enough. His teachers chided him, bidding to stop at 100. The clergy praised him, encouraged him to know 10,000. Only one foresaw the hell that lay ahead of him, his closest friend. Just as his friend has warned, around the time he had carefully recorded 1,000 lives, he ran up against the wall. And that is not to say that he lost heart, because they were uninterested or inconsequential, whatever that word is. If anything, it was the opposite. He wanted to know more. 1,000 people, 2,000 people would not suffice. He must collect more and more truths. But still, it would not be enough. It would never even be close to enough. Even should he befriend someone new every day, by the age of 60, he would still not have met enough people in the city. But even worse, humanity was growing in numbers. The world would only keep expanding. New possibility would be born with every passing day. Ah, why must humans be afforded so little time? He looked back on his life. He saw that from the day he was born, he had never known personal happiness. Those around him called him a child prodigy, but they were mistaken. He was a man of exceedingly average talent. If people's abilities were quantified numerically, the total value of his would be no different to anyone else. However, his parameters would display a dramatic skew. He was far less concerned with the inner working of people than he was with those of the world. While he was fascinated With the aggregate, he possesses no capacity to love the individual. While he strove tirelessly for higher understanding, he lacked any worldly ambition. While he looked constantly to the future, he was unable to appreciate the present. In other words, he was extraordinarily inhuman. But even then, he remained a man of incomparable virtue. He loved the values that humans held dear, the lives led by the virtuous. His faith was more fervent than anyone else. While he was unable to reform the religious world by himself, it would only be fair to concede that he did inspire change. For while his love for humanity stifled his love for people, and while he eventually strayed from the path, for a time he was nothing else than a living saint. The story dates from before he began his study. When he was yet a child, his mind was mature, which is why, even as a child, he refused to accept that any mystery he encountered lay beyond his reach. For the boy who understood the whole of society, there was no such thing. Rain, clouds, even ghosts, all had rational explanation. To him, the only true mystery was which mankind as a whole could not decipher. That which others would accept just the way it is. The unexplained was the last refuge of his childish innocence, and his favor for it shone like a star, brighter than far than the ordinary passion of youth. Consequently,
私は今でも覚えている。父の目を盗んで一夜だけの旅に出たあの時間を高く高く何の支えもなく私を見つめていたあの石の不思議さ。
The white disk gleamed in the sky, the clouds that obscured it. What is that? What is its purpose? How does it exist? Anticipation, intrigue, fear. These were the feelings that welled up inside him, when faced with something he could not reach. They took root of his breast, like a shining star. There was his beginning and his impetus. Oh, how grave his sin! Oh, how deep his foolishness! For he prayed to the Lord above to one day understood all the universe. In the years to come, he will learn the truth, that the grand understanding of which he had dedicated his life had already discovered by his forebears, and that in the name of oppression, the house of God hoarded the world's knowledge behind its door. Mathematics, astronomy, geology, history, architecture, economics, medicine, agriculture, and alchemy, later to be known as science. In this era, the house of God was but an intellectual graveyard, securing all of man's advances under lock and key, even as it touted itself as the world's greatest educational institution. Primates created tools, people created civilization. Scholars studied starred and devised ways to observe them. They surmised the vastness of the universe long before there were ever crafted wings to lift them off the ground. They had long known the nature of the rock he saw in the sky that night. Not even the innermost working of the earth were borrowed to them. Every possible question had already been answered. Every mystery had already been solved. As the nameless philosopher once said, man will spend his next 1,000 years proving what he has already surmised. All the world has been rendered comprehensible. All the universe would be giving meaning. But this understanding brought him no joy. Instead, he was gripped by fear and anger beyond description. It was only because I had already given up that I was able to accept it. But what now? What am I to do with this knowledge? There would come a day when humans would know everything. Yet this body of mine would expire long before it comes to pass. Compared to the vastness of the world, one human life is cruelly short. He dedicated his life to knowing everything. He would die knowing nothing. He searched for the meaning of human life and learned that it had none. Any person should understand that a pitiable conclusion, that is. In that moment, he first knew the terror of death. I feared death. I feared trophy. I feared a world without an end. Even after acquiring so much knowledge, I still know nothing. It is not my annihilation that frightens me. What truly frightens me is losing my purpose. I must devise a new approach. Eternity does not exist on this earth. This world is still growing, still changing. All I can do is wait until it is complete. He stepped off the path. He turned his back on the stairway to heaven. What he wished for, what he sought, was simple. He wanted to know everything. And to do that, he needed unlimited time. How ironic. The man who feared the unlimited growth of human pursued unlimited time as his solution. That's the backstory of Roa. Why he's after reincarnation, immortality. 14. Let me get some water. Well, if you're going to leave, you pick a good time. Gutenberg machine is going to hit us as hard as it hits the association. You say nothing to the Reformation. We'll both have a rough go of things for some time. Naturally, your side will take the greater fall. Widespread printing will put an end to all forms of superstition. The foundation of mystics will be shaken to the core. But you already knew that, didn't you? That both sides have their hands full. A delusional wonder kind might just be able to sneak off to the castle of the true ancestor and get his hands on eternity. Talking about profiting from disaster. You misjudge me, vampire. You misjudge me. Vampires may be resilient to aging and death, but they are far cry from eternity I seek. At best, they are work in progress. No, I intend to simply take my own life and greet my end a human. Really, ironic for a man who lived forever to burn out so fast. So does that mean you'll be leaving the church tomorrow? I'm trusting the burial department to your care. Now that my father's inheritance is spent, I have no more hope of rising to bishop. Now is the time. Look at us. You, the son of wealthy landowners, and me, with only stigmata to my name. Neither of us with hope of making bishop. And now we can't even lick each other's wounds. Well, such is life, I suppose. So you plan to continue working on your magecraft theory, then? I have no intention of leaving the church, so I'm afraid I won't be joining you in eternal life. Fortunately, we women have other ways. We women? What? I will bear treasure to tell you. Okay. Yeah. Who's Nabarek? That's not Novinsky. Intriguing. What will you tell them? Nabarek. That a new dead apostle will rise to power in 100 years' time, and they should ignore it because finding it would be futile. Nabarek. Hopefully it will not take that long. In fact, I would be disappointed if the Inquisition didn't come for me within your lifetime. I tend to make a vampire of the highest caliber. 10 years ought to be enough. Ha! Don't be absurd. You'll be starting over as a zombie. Even if once in a decade talent like you will still need a century to climb the ranks. Their world is not as kind as ours. It's the closest thing on this earth to hell. Perhaps so. If I took the orthodox route, if I were to begin at the highest echelons, perhaps the rules of the world need not apply. How cryptic. What are you proposing then? Why, it's simple. As you know, A dead apostle's power depends on the true ancestor who drank their blood. Therefore, if I am to be the strongest dead apostle, I need only seek out the strongest true ancestor. Arc only drank one person's blood in her lifetime. Metamorphosis trophy. How many people got that? 45 people. Hey, that's good. Nice. That means like 50% people actually read this. That's good. %32 people got the trophies. Nice. What happened to the game? Did I mess up? Oh, okay. Let me save. Metamorphosis 2. Chapter 8. Alright, that was chapter 7. Dang, dude, chapter 7 was 3 hours long. That was long. But it was good. It's a lot of lore. There's a lot of lore. Who the hell was that? One of them is Roa. And the OG Tsukihime, he was talking to Nero, right? And this one, I don't know who he was talking to. Who was that person's name? It's a woman that can bear children. Who was he talking to? Man, they gotta make an anime. That Tsukihime anime that exists years and years ago, that don't count. We need a Tsukihime Remake anime. When are they gonna make that? Cause I wanna see who that is. Oh, anyway. Yeah, I'm spent, so I'm gonna call it a day. With that, I appreciate everyone that stopped by. I'll play more Tsukihime next time, probably tomorrow. So, yeah. Oskara sama deshita, something like that. Sorry, my Japanese sucks. But yeah, man, appreciate it. Have a good night, guys. Laters, bye.